Graves are being dug as the living bury their dead. According to eyewitnesses, the terrorists stormed Runji village in their numbers, shooting sporadically and setting houses ablaze with occupants in them. Those who were lucky to escape say the rampaging gunmen operated for over an hour, adding that military intervention came late.
Kill our husband. Don't put fire anywhere. We don't know where they come from. They come kill our children with my uncle, father, my sister yesterday.
About 10:30 yesterday night, after a successful wedding of our eldest son, the Fulani just occurred to the village and attacked us. And many souls were killed. About 30 corpses are laying down. Many are injured, are in the hospitals. And we are pleading on the solidarity of the government to come and rescue us. We knew what is happening in this land. We are living peacefully with these Fulanis. And now we became enemies to each other. We don't know what is the cost. And we are looking for the government to come. And one thing that disturbs us, we have military men around, but they can't help us. We want the government to withdraw all the checkpoints out of our Chablan.
They are plenty, more than 200 people attacks.
Did they bring guns? What did they bring?
They bring guns and shooting us and burn our house. Yes.
What were they saying? Did you hear anything?
Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. We they love our neighbors, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book. You find a channel, na meranyi biko godo onyolu welu mono aya na meranyi do onyolu welu mono oyoyo chai chukwu kikele anyị na bogi time is now. We want to go. Remember your promises. Oh, Name, oh, Onuzo, Biafra, Merani, Onuzo, Biafra, Merani, Onuzo, Biafra, Merani, Onuzo, Biafra. Ndiro marani buruburu anachi wempundu anyị n'ike shata oh they are holding our lead Mazina Bika now is Prime Minister Moses Simon we shall rise and defend our land so the land of rising sun is our hope Anina yogi bikonu sitende muziki kame iwele yo mehabe na onye wanyi be onuzo ke Biafra be Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. Try. We they love our neighbors, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book. Try. You find a channel, na meranyi biko godo onyolu welu mono aya na meranyi do onyolu welu mono onyo chai chukwu kikele anyị na bogi we want to go. Remember your promises. Oh, na me oh, onuzo ke Biafra me. Merani onuzo ke Biafra me. Na merani onuzo ke Biafra me. Merani onuzo ke Biafra me. Ndiroma.
Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. May the souls of our fallen heroes rest in peace as we mourn and celebrate them as the living continue to fight on for the liberation of the United States of Biafra. Ise, Ise, Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people of Biafra and lovers of freedom. Joining us from all over the globe. You're all welcome. And without wasting much of our time, I welcome the big fish to the house. The Honorable Mama, which all Biafrans have been waiting for. At the end of the program, some calls may be coming in and some questions may be also coming in from the studio and also from the phone lines. At this very point, Biafrans have been very, very hungry of hearing from you, Mama Ada Onuwu. You said you want to speak to the Biafran people, and you have a very important message to deliver. You're welcome on stage. I give you the mic. You speak to Biafrans as impulse as that when you want me to interrupt, I will. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome.
All hail Biafra.
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 I love all of you. From the bottom of my heart, coming from Southern California in the USA, I've come here to speak to my people. You are my people. I'll first of all start by telling you who Onuwu is. Onuwu will be 73 years old in November. Onuwu has been in this struggle over 13 years. I've worked closely with almost everyone. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, he laid hands on me in California, prayed for me. I've worked with Obidio Dienu, Bridget Okafo, Madam Oyibo, late Dr. Okoro. I've broadcasted in Radio Biafra every Saturday till that radio station no longer being a place Onyendu told us we will go to worship. So I took myself out. In the course of these 13 years, there has been times I have taken myself out as led by the Spirit. And then when the appropriate time comes, the Lord will bring me back. It could be anywhere between 4 to 5 times. I will take a sabbatical like I did with the Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra. I was always broadcasting every Saturday with Dr. Ekpa, Mona Chimso. And then the Spirit ministered to me that these ones are no longer pursuing what we were there to do. I took a sabbatical, they couldn't believe it. And in no distant time, not even months, they went with Nina's, Tony Nadi, and they were trying to bring me in. I left. So also with in California, Obidio Dienu and Uche Mefo, we all used to go to the British building and there do a protest. I will carry my bullhorn. We will be talking to people about Biafra. And then when they betrayed I left them. Even regarding my contributions, I won't begin to count it because I'm fighting for me. I won't come here to start telling you how much I've put in, the time, the energy, everything, what I did. So this, I don't know who comes from a humble family. We are the kingmakers. My grandfather, late Onuwu na Moibie, what is it now? In 1912, he was one of the Warren chiefs that went to Lagos and they deceived them. My dad was only 8 years old, having been born in 1904. And when my great-grandfather saw what happened in Lagos, he came back and decided that his little boy, who is being groomed to be the Onuwu, should go to Ozala and live with the white people in order to learn their language and be educated, because he said his time was gone. So my dad was a Biafran from the time he was born till that 1914, when the amalgamation was done. My grandfather later died 29/9/29. So you're looking at, I don't know, I have a dominant political gene passed down by my father, my grandfather to my father and myself. My father was the one there in the northern region. He was with the NCNC, with Zeke, Emayo Opara, and so on. Then Opara and my dad will be telling Zeke, what is wrong with you? You're so much into this Hausa thing. Why are you into this one Nigeria thing? You know, you don't think about our people. And Opara and my dad will be trying to reset his brain. And they say probably because he was born in Zungeru, he doesn't get what they're saying. My dad tried to make sure that everything pertaining to Igbo, he lived in Jos then. After he went to school, went to St. Mark's, Oka, taught, joined worked for different establishments, and then became a politician. Now he settled in Jos. In Jos, he started the Igbo Union Grammar School, Igbo Union College. Then all Igbos were one. We didn't even know. We did not know that we came from different towns. Not until after the war. That was when I realized, my classmates, we were all in Jos, that we came from different towns. When we met, he said, what are you doing here? I said, I came to fetch water. That was 1966, during the program. He said, I live there. I said, we live there. Funnily, you know, back there in the north, we were not told our different towns. I told them that they told me that I am from Nkpo. And he said, they say I am from Ogidi. And we both laughed. So these things has been going on. Let me get to something else. Having talked about me for a little, yeah, another thing, people will be wondering, I don't know, well, why now? I say, why not now? I don't know, well, why now? I will say, why not now? Because we all have a spirit that guides us. I don't know who coming out here to address you people. Nobody pushed me to do it or told me to do it. I was in a 30-day fast for Biafra because that I took myself out of the struggle, which I have done in times before. Does that mean I left Biafra? I was still working from the background, watching. And Kenya, I don't know, if all Kenya no na tukwani wefu, so when things started happening, when I took myself out, I was still in the wings watching to know what's going on. So at the appropriate time, After the fast, after the fast that ended 1st of March, on the last day of February, I was in a dream. I saw Odogu. He was looking good with his son. I've seen him twice since they took him away. Before then, I spoke with him November 16, to be precise, 2024. Because under my leadership, California is the only group that has thought about our families of our men on ground. We collected money, and then I told Odogu he was so glad, 4,350 to be precise, so that they will have their Christmas palliative. Yes. So now I've been watching from the wings. Coming to let me get to this first. We were in a meeting November 27th. I think that was November 27th. We had a meeting, and then the COS told us that there was a message that came. Because before now, I have been pushing, Odogu, is there a way we can have a deputy? And he was into it that what happened, he's very careful. Because whoever does not respect history will have history happen to them. I understand that. So he would always say that he's very careful. With Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, that's what happened to him with his deputy. So he likes to keep it streamlined, so that things will not get out of hand. Because I will tell him, you know, the place of any freedom fighter is either in the grave, in prison, or exile. So if anything happens to you, how do we go about it? He said everything is going on well, okay? So now, when he sent us that message, my heart was gladdened. Because I knew when he said, wait, that vacuum, how do we close it up? So the COS told us in that group that there was a message sent by the attorney of the PM. 4 people were in that platform. Mazi Imam Madabo, Mbazi Uche Obi, Mazi Oge Nkere, and Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. So now she read out this thing to us, that Odogu said she should be the surrogate. So I was happy, at least we solved that situation. So now we got that message to be the surrogate. And then the very next day, we were in another meeting, and Professor Choma came in. There was an uproar. As the adult in the home, I called the house to order. And then I told Dr. Rabeze, read out that thing you read. I believed that it came from Odogu. Why would I question it when there was no opposition to it? So read it, and then we agreed, okay, go ahead, and then you guys go do what you need to do about the referendum numbers and so on. And then I didn't go to Finland. I told Odogu in 2023 that that would be my last visit to Finland because it's too cold for me. So let me just turn off my phone so I don't get disturbed.
Yeah, don't get distracted with the calls, and also don't focus on the comment section. Just concentrate.
I'm not looking at the comment section. Yeah. No, I'm not looking at. No, somebody was calling me. Probably they are having a hard time, so I've powered down my phone. So now, yeah, I now lost my train of thought a bit. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, okay, I told them, okay, you go ahead, you guys go continue with that. So they continued with that, and then we all left. And then we later, well, because it's over 10 hours difference from California to Finland, At times when I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, that's when I join them, maybe about after 3 hour time or 4. So I didn't fully see all what that transpired there. But I was in communication with Dr. Rabez even prior to them going. So now we sorted that out, and then there was the issue about dissolving the cabinet. I know I discussed with the COS. I said probably after you guys have come back, you dissolve it, but not while there. But what I realized that the cabinet has been dissolved, and I called her. I said, what's going on? She said, I've already dissolved it. I said, but people are still they're still basking in the joy of the declaration, you know. So she said it's already done. So we stopped at that. And then I later learned she was still back in Finland. We were not communicating much anymore, you know, while she was there. Well, I spoke maybe a couple times to a sister Leone over there, who told me that she traveled that morning. That's how I knew when she left Finland, and that she herself will be leaving the next day. So this now continues. So after we came back, we had a meeting where Dr. Rabez brought in one of the 4 guys who was released, and then he was talking to us. Then we were talking for almost an hour and some change, and then she said we should all move over to fundraising. So I told them, you know, I don't go to fundraising every week. And she said, no, they said, I don't know, we have to come in no matter, even if it's only 3 people from California, come in and let us know about that. So we went in there, and then I was told, then she spoke, and then we came to the issue about, before now, there was an issue about success, trying to reach him, and he wasn't responding. To tell you the truth, I was one of the ones that voted for him to be suspended. So he was suspended. But later, you could do an action, and then later you find out that what you did not sink in well. You will have a rethink. In the spur of that moment, where I was angry, I said, why would he? They're calling him, he's not responding, he's not telling us what's going on. Why wouldn't he? So I was part of the people that said to suspend him. So I think I need to stop here for a minute and let you guys know that I'm speaking under the guidance of the Holy Spirit. And that I prayed about this, I fasted about this. It's the Holy Spirit that brought me out. Nobody can take credit for bringing me today. Early on Tuesday morning, I didn't know I would be doing this. It was after I got a video that reset my brain. That was when the Spirit started dealing with me. So no man or woman can take credit for I don't know who coming out. Nobody influenced me. Anybody who will want to take credit for that would be blaspheming. That's taking the work of the Holy Spirit to be their deed. So as we speak now, I say, may the words of my mouth and the medications of my heart be always acceptable in God's sight. So I should have said that at the beginning. So now I'm on solid ground. I'm saying what I'm saying. So we now went over to the fundraising, and since Dr. Rabeza was trying to get the admin to give us the connection for the IPOB site so that we combine both of them, but it wasn't possible. So we just kept to the mandate, and I am the secretary of mandate. This mandate is a non-profit organization opened up in the state of Georgia in United States of America. The purpose of this non-profit organization is to attend to people in war-torn zones and women and children, and Biafra qualified. So now we are running this mandate, and with this mandate, the PM will come every 2 weeks and give us updates about what's going on and tell us what's needed. So then we would do our fundraising and give him the money he wants. That's where we stop with that. So that was the mandate account I swore my life on, that I know that it is authentic. For people that mistook it, that I don't know who knows about the mandate in the North or the FCD Bank, no. So I want to make this clarification for people to know that what I spoke on, I could vouch on it. Odogu was aware of this mandate account, and he would always come in. Before now, it was the mandate, the IPOB website, and California. These were the three carried the struggle. It was later that other states started coming up. So that was the mandate account I approved and told Biafrans, you can pay in money there. I hope this is clear, because I don't know who on no grounds, on no occasion supported. And even those two, as the secretary, I should be aware when it's opened, because I'm the secretary. I should be a signatory, but no, I didn't know about it. The other one, why I wasn't a signatory to it, was that I came in after the bank was established. I became the secretary after the bank was established. So now, that was the one I told them. You guys, I talked about, which people were calling, saying that that they were mixing it up. I see it as mixed up. I'm not going to blame anybody, and I don't have any anger or any grudges towards anybody. Okay, so let's get that straight. So now we had a meeting, another cabinet meeting, where the administrators from the homeland came in, and then we were there, and the COS addressed us. Then the issue of the commanders and men on ground and all whatnot, it came up. I raised my hand, and then I saw a lot of people raise their hands. I say, okay, just leave it. I don't want, let me be the last to speak so that I will conclude everything. So now, when it was my turn, I asked, I spoke, I said, I started telling, using the skeleton I have in my cupboard. I have 2 children. My son was a former Marine. You know, Marines are so arrogant, they don't believe they are retired. Army generals can retire, but the Marines are former Marines because they believe they are the best things in sliced bread. So my son did 2 tours of Iraq, and he, with all what they killed there, he was a combat engineer. He had the PTSD. So coming from that premise, and also being a mother, I know what the men on the ground are going through. So I spoke, I said, let me tell you, Madam COS, these men on ground are going through PTSD. And we don't believe in it because we are still way back there. Nobody is giving them medication to help them see about all the bleeding and killing and all whatnot. In the Bible, when the children of Israel go to war, when they come back, they don't mix them with other people. They let them stay outside, they debrief before they mix them up. But here, nothing of the sort is being done. So I said, allow these people, because she was saying that she said something about changing the generals, them reporting to her and so on. So I said, let us, Madam COS, why don't you focus on administration and let the men focus on the men on ground and defense. Because you see the military people, I raised one. I know how they think. They don't see the civilians as human beings. They call us bloody civilians. So I said, why don't you allow? And we were arguing back and forth. She said no. And that she's going to change the generals. I say, no, do not change them. Let's leave that until Onuwu comes out. He is the one. He'll be coming out. We're not acting like he's never going to come out. You know, let's leave it for him to handle it. But we kept arguing back and forth. And then all these are happening in December. I can't tell you the exact dates at this time. So all these were happening in December. So now she did not oblige, and I have had times privately I will try to advise her that no, she doesn't want to take to heed to any advice. She says what she wants to do, that she will be overseeing everybody. I said, why don't you give them the instruction, the Onyami and Nkwocha, the defense minister, and tell them what they will tell the men. And when they meet with them, they'll bring you backward. He said, no, it must go through her. So we argued back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, I gave up. Then another one was when she had a virtual visit. I was already getting all tired with all I'm hearing, men being killed and so on. It distresses me. I can't handle it because I saw what happened in 1966. So when all these killings come, it triggers something in me. It reminds me, and then I'll start having panic attacks and so on. Some of you don't understand what we saw during the war, how heads were cut off, women coming from Plateau in the train, and then they're carrying their husbands with the heads cut off close to them, and then the Gala people and so on, they push down the train, and then they massacred the women again. My dad came back he came. It was by God's grace that he came back with only the shirt on his back. So all this, I know all what's going on. And I've been in this struggle for so long. I say now, onye nwanyi buzo no adi na ke wenkwonkpite. And if I okay, you don't know what am Maria. So I tried my best. I talked to Dr. Rabeze. It wasn't working. I advised her. She wouldn't hearken to it. So then, when I had my medical episode, which I almost died here, because I'm living all by myself. My daughter lives in San Diego. My son lives in Boston. So I said, you know what? You have to be alive to fight another day. That was coupled with the dreams I had, seeing all these young men, all these that are happening now. The Lord had already revealed it to me. I saw massacring young men from 25 to 30 being killed and all whatnot, the bloody mess. So I woke up and then I called her. I spoke with her for over an hour. She wouldn't change. She wouldn't budge. She tells me I worry too much. All those things I'm hearing, I should just leave it. It will phase out. It will phase out. It will phase out. We are still, the months are going, the weeks are going. It's not phasing out. She wasn't listening. So then that night, I wrote that I want to be taking off all administrative and ministerial work due to my health, and that I will still be working for Biafra. But for now, I don't want to. And I've done it in the past, even with Onuwu. When he put me in CRC, I told him it was stressing me out. It's not a big issue. There's no contract signed by anyone that you must continue to be where you are. If you're not okay, you can take a break. Like Onuwu will always say, if the pressure cooker is too hot for you, step aside. When it cools to the temperature you can handle, then you come back. So I couldn't continue anymore. So now I left. I was still in the wings watching what's going on. Occasionally I will come out to the YouTube, I will see it, or people will send me a thing. And then I got the message of Butuzo. Let me tell you guys, Ikonso didn't have to die if he had stayed abroad. But because of the love the young man has for Biafra, he left and came home and told Bazi Nnamdi that he's going to work with us. He was the commander. This Butuzo was his 2IC. That will tell you the caliber of Butuzo. He's not a criminal. He's not what anybody thinks. I know what I am speaking because I was in all these things. I have been embedded in these struggles. I know. So I know. So when Ikonso died, Onyendu did not even grieve his parents as much as he grieved, to show you the love and the commitment Ikonso had. Onyendu said it will take 2,000 heads to bury that young man. And Butuzo now stepped in his shoes. It took so much. I'm in the know. It took so much to convince Butuzo to even work with autopilot. Madam Azoka played a key role. It took so much to get him. And then he started working. And then they started building the camps and everything, working, everything. Initially, they were killing our people. Now, after they have set up everything, now everything is working. We have to be moving up. We don't have to, we go one step forward, we go 11 steps backwards. No, that's not how the world works. The world is not static that you come and you stay here. The world is dynamic. You move with time. So now, Butuzo and his group, they have established this and doing a fantastic job. We were sending this money, funneling this money through Success, because Success, when Onuwu would be speaking, Success will come, they'll be speaking their language. And you see the camaraderie, you see the rapport. All these were what I mentioned when I spoke to Dr. Rabeze about not taking off not changing anything the PM has. Let her leave it at that. I mentioned Success too. That you remember I told you I voted against him for him not to be, but when I later went back on hindsight, I knew what it means. Yes, you can't come and start getting new contacts to start doing those things. These men will be exposed, and then the enemy will now know them. It's good to just, like Odogu will always say, consistency is the key. So now, what's his name? Success was the one Odogu preferred to be working through. So I hammered on this. After I spoke to Madam Sears, leave it alone. I even spoke with Onyami. I told him, you're a military man. You know how it goes. Why don't you speak to the Sears? By then I had already taken myself off. I wasn't communicating with them anymore. December was last. I was with Dr. Rabeze and the group. I took myself off everything. So now I went through Onyami. I say, Onyami, you are the deputy. Talk to her so that you guys can go. You know everything about rules of engagement. You know all these things. So convince her so that she will just allow the men to do this and not get involved in it. Onyami told me he will get back to me. Till date, I haven't heard from him. Then come to the issue of Caterpillar and what's his name? Caterpillar and what's the name of the other guy?
Sapele Ezemunaobi.
Thank you. Caterpillar and Sapele. When we were with the PM, Dr. Rabeze, you are the COS. You know everything Caterpillar did. He killed our men. He killed the ASN. Odogu did not want him anymore. He left with 5.8 million. He absconded. That's the money to buy ammunition. And then Sapele killed our people, put them in container, did the havoc he did with them. And then now I heard that you want to make Caterpillar the commander. So I spoke to Dr. Former. I told him, you know, because I know Dr. Former is in the cabinet of Dr. Orabeze. So I said, I was going through him. I said, that tells you I was not there, but I was still there. Because as a mother, it breaks my heart. Our children being killed, we are under existential threat and we're not realizing it. Is it because we are in America? We are safe. We have 4 walls protecting us. We can go to party and leave and come back 1 a.m. Nobody stops us. We forget that these children back there are dying. They have not enjoyed anything. So I told Dr. Former, you are a highly contributing member. Talk to Dr. Rabeze. Do not use Caterpillar. He is a monster. He is a killer of our people. Dr. Former confirmed with me that he is a killer of our people. And I was expecting him to get back to me after he would have spoken. Till date, I never heard from Dr. Former again. So I wrote to him that my heart is broken. Still hearing what happened in Enugu, where these children were trying to defend our land. They were told reinforcement was coming, and they were fighting with the limited ammunition they have. If they knew support will not come, a good military person will start retreating. But these kids were fooled into that Caterpillar was bringing something to them, and he never showed up. And we lost all these guys. I cried. I wrote Dr. Former, my heart is broken for these children that are being killed. Why would we have to allow this to keep going on? Yes. So I wasn't too happy about resurrecting Caterpillar. And then I'm seeing things that are going on. When they said the 40 states, they did something they did in that bush. Could you believe we are Biafrans? We are proud people. We're intelligent people. When Mazin Nnamdi Kanu unveiled the ASN, we were laughing from cheek to cheek. We were so proud being an Igbo, being a Biafran. And then when I saw what was going on like child's play, and to hear that those administrators took 80 million for that, this money we could be putting to buy things for our men, it really broke my heart. I'm saying, what is going on? So I was still in the wings watching. And then Butuza, they played a voice where he was saying that Dr. Rabeze is not giving her any penny. I said it can't be true, because when I spoke with Dr. Rabeze, she told me that, oh no, they're sending money to the men on ground. They talk with them, whatever their needs are, within 48 hours they've sent it. I believed her. So when I heard that from Butuzo, I'm now trying to know what is going on. Am I in a daze? What's going on? She spoke with confidence that she's in it. This other person spoke with confidence that they are not getting it. Still, I sat back watching. Not until last Tuesday, somebody sent me 3 videos. Sent me 3 videos that General Agento Yahoo, the 2IC of Triple General Butuza, Igwe Butuza. I watched it. I could not handle it. My spirit was so troubled.
Mano.
Yes.
I want you to take some water and rekindle your energy, because you have a good time with Biafrans, and later on some questions may be coming in. So take a deep breath. I know it's disheartening, but you have to spew it out the way it is. The Spirit is leading. Have you had some water?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing Biafrans will know, it's not I don't know who's speaking. It's something within me that is the appointed time to speak. When it's not the appointed time, that was the first question I asked you guys. Why now? Why not now? You don't go before it is time. Because when you do that, you will not succeed. God allowed me. At times, God could be talking to us. We are not getting it, and then he would set up scenarios that will enable you see what he's trying to do. It's like having wisdom. The Bible tells us when you have wisdom, ask God to give you understanding. Let me give you guys an example. A medical doctor who spent 8 to 10 years to have his license knows that smoking is not healthy for him. It kills. It makes you have cancer and so on. And he's educating his patients. But that doctor is a chain smoker. So that doctor has wisdom, but not understanding. So mine, at a time I had wisdom, I lacked the understanding. So the events of that video brought my understanding and reset my brain and brought me back through the Holy Spirit. So now, when I watch that video, General Yahoo was saying that they're not getting a fading, a naira or whatever from Dr. Rabeze. I said, no, this can't be. And then the Spirit reminded me, the Bible says, in the mouth of 2 or more witnesses, the truth is established. So now I came to terms. Butuza has said it. I was still doubting it. Now, General Gentle came with it. So now, my question is, we are contributing all this money before they took Onuwu, and all this money that Biafrans are contributing. My question is to Dr. Rabeze, who are you giving that money? Because Butuza and Gentle said they're not getting it. When Onuwu was there, they were getting it. So who are you giving that money? Is that, did you have a false phone number to connect to them, or what is going on? That's the question that was triggered after I watched that. And then I could not get myself together. I decided to do a midnight to ask God, what you're leading me? Are you leading me to go talk to my people? What is this? So I did a midnight, I prayed. And one thing about me, my spirit does not lie to me. If you guys remember, when we used to do fundraising, I came one day and told you guys, stop putting your tithes in your churches. Put them in the Biafra restoration. That I wrestled with my spirit, and I had peace that I can now put my tithes in Biafra, because those churches you give that money, use it to do humanitarian works for other nations. So there's nothing wrong in you giving it. So from then on, I stopped putting my money in the church. I only give them offering, but all my money was coming in the restoration. So same spirit spoke to me after I did my my midnight, and I felt strongly. I did not. It is just for those of you who are really born again and spirit filled, which I'm not ashamed to say. If you look on my wrist, I wear this all the time. It's a reminder for me to stay in the narrow path. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And my kids know that when the Lord will call me home, nobody will remove it from my arm. I'm going to take it with me. So when I speak truth to power, because I know the implications that where 2 or 3 are gathered, as we are all here, God is in our midst. He is hearing everything, and he knows whether, I don't know, who is lying or not. And moreover, the Bible says that there are 7 things God hates. One of them is a lying tongue. And liars belong in the pit of hell. I wouldn't want to go to hell for Biafrans. No, I wouldn't. So what I'm telling you guys as it is. So now, and my question still remains, Dr. Rabeze, where is all this money? I know you gave 80 million to the administrators to do that thing they did over there. I know Caterpillar ran away with over 30 million because you did not hearken to advice. Because if you had listened and know not to use Caterpillar, we will not be losing that money. So I am here to speak it as it is. Anybody who doesn't like, fine. But you know, Ezekiel 33:6-8 says, if you see something wrong, somebody doing a thing that is not right, and you don't tell them, God will hold you accountable. But if you tell them and they continue, God will exonerate you. I wouldn't want to be in that position. That's why I'm speaking out. I've been doing this behind the scene. You guys don't know. Those of you cussing me out there, which I don't have any anger towards you people, because if you're not wrong, you won't blame them. But after today, after laying this foundation and telling you guys, and you still go ahead and do and cuss me out or do the wrong thing, because if you know what is good and you don't do it, it is sin for you. I'm standing here to say that if we know what we're supposed to do and we don't do it, it will be sin for whomever is doing that. I'm just a watchman. I'm just a watchman delivering what I have been told to deliver. So now the question still remains, Dr. Rabeze. Onuwu gave us instruction for you to be the surrogate. That was why I supported you. Yes, I went with Onuwu's sword. But now Onuwu has said, fall back to the order. Go back. Let's go in-house and finish everything. And now you're questioning it. Do you have to pick and choose which orders you take? That's not the way the world works. If you can submit to being his surrogate, why would you not submit to him telling you? If it is not true, when he comes out, he will have to deal with it. Remember, I will talk to you. I said to you, all these things you're doing, does Onuwu know about it? You said yes. And then I would tell you, talk to Uche, because just like Mazin Nnamdi Kanu loves Uche Mefo, who later betrayed him, Onuwu has so much confidence in Uche Obi, Maz Uche Obi. I told you, he's a foot and eye on the ground. Go through him, let him go to the attorney, and then they will give Onuwu the message. I retired from the Orange County Sheriff System. I know how it works. You can even get deputies to bring in things they're not supposed to. And moreover, you know, so I told her that she countered that. Whatever advice I would give her, at a point, I just threw my hands up. I cannot keep trying to make water run uphill. And when he calls me, I decided I wasn't answering anybody anymore. I cut off everybody. Before then, I had told him, I have told Dr. Rabeze, that all these things you're doing, you know, Odogu, when he comes out, if he told you that it has to be Maziogen Kere that should continue while he's there, you doing the everyday work, you know what? Odogu doesn't care. He would disgrace everybody. And if I'm in the cabinet, he starts doing that, I will just exit. I will power down my phone. These are all things I told her. And I won't be part of the insult. Odogu is old enough. I took him as a son. Yes, I took Odogu as a son. And he has respect for me. I have respect for him. He knows when we come to the cabinet, if things are going wrong, I will say there was a time I said something. He said, oh, I don't know. Okay, even more now it's my fault. Odogu said that. Okay, from now on, we will start doing this. Yes, that's the kind of human being he is. And whenever I call him, he doesn't wait for second ring to pick it up because, you know, I don't call him unnecessarily. When I call him, he knows it is important. That's why I'm calling him. And him being taken affected me so much because I see him like my son. It affected me. And then we're not doing anything. What are we doing to get him out? When Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was taken, everybody, since we're protests everywhere, people died for Nnamdi Kanu. But I see with this Odogu, it's like we're just not taking it serious at all. Is there anything we know that others don't know? I don't know. So this continued. I'm not happy, but I just sat in the wings trying to hope that, because other times when I will take my sabbatical, at times I come back after 1 year, at times after 6 months. This is the shortest for me to come back. And whenever I come back with the new group, you see we are moving towards the right direction. And when the right direction is not being followed, God will intimate me and I would take a step back and then go into prayer, going to asking him what needs to be done. And he will always reveal himself to me. So now, my question still remains. It bothers me. We are contributing all this money, and these kids are dying every day. They are now so bold, the Fulanis. They come into the house and then get out the young men and just take them, and you won't know where they are. When will this stop? Why can't we? Biafra is above every other person. I had an issue sometime with Maziogen Kere. It didn't stop me when I needed to get information from him. I sent him a message. I told him this is Biafra related. Get back to me. And he did. He sent me what I needed. Because Biafra first, not me. If you have any issue with anybody, we have to let that be submerged. As the Bible will say, so push everything that is not Christ-like in you. Have it under submission. So with this, my question still remains, Dr. Rabeze, where are all this money that they are contributing? Biafrans are contributing. I know there are times I will just sleep for 2 hours. I'm evangelizing. I'm at my age. California was bringing in the largest amount of money. How do you think I would feel with after building Now, only a wicked man tears down, a wicked woman tears down her house. After building, now we take one step back forward and then one step backwards. And then we start building new camps. And then we start building new army when we can consolidate the one we have. It's better for those of you that have homes. You're told you're better off redoing your own home than going to pick up another mortgage. Yes, that's common sense right there. So it's not going to having two generals and now we know when it happened with ESN and autopilot. We lost a lot of our boys. Now they see themselves as enemies. That's what the enemy wants. That's what the enemy wants, to set us against ourselves. And we are stupidly buying into their mindset. I'm so troubled. I'm so angry. Pardon me like I'm yelling, but it's the passion in me. Because I can't imagine it. I'm a mother. When my son was in Iraq, you know how they notify families about 6 a.m. They will walk through your driveway with the flag folded. Two officers will come in and break the sad news to you. When my son was in Iraq, I would pray all night, almost 5:30. I'll go sit in the living room. I'm watching whether there'll be a knock, because bodies are coming back in body bags. So that day will pass again. I will be happy. Then the next day I will, until he comes back. He later went on a second tour. It was the same thing. For some of you that might think, I don't know who is chasing clout. It's not true. I don't know who you're looking at. FBI has my fingerprint since 1997. That will tell you if I'm a criminal, they would have picked me up. I work for the Orange County Sheriffs. I carried the 4 keys of the jail to my house for the 10 years I worked. When I come, I pull out my key, I open the jail door, and then I'll go through security. Yes. So they have my information. So I'm not chasing clout. And God has already announced me. In 2003, a whole state of Israel gave me ambassador of goodwill because of my contributions to the state of Israel. In 2007, the United States Marine under the Department of Navy flew a flag in my honor in Al-Assad, Iraq. Then in 2022, when I turned 70, the former president of America, you know, gave me a lifetime award for volunteer services. So what can be more than all these announcements from God? Do you think I don't know who wants position? I'm not there for position. I just want things to be done right, things to be done well, so that our people, we can go back to the land God bequeathed to us through our great-grandfather. We're not looking for other people's land. We are looking for ours. Why will we let sin be in the house? When sin is in the house, we will be rocking like a handicapped woman who is in her wheelchair with the wheels locked, and you're trying to help her. She said, no, I'll do it myself. And she's rocking back and forth, and she's not going anywhere. Why would we be doing that to ourselves? I'm just so mad. Let us forget about all this bitterness. Let's forgive one another. As a mother, I want us to forgive one another. Let us put our heads together. And you come 1 million ogabo fufu. But when we depend on this, that's what the British brought the Fulanis bought it since 1804, and that thing they've been passing it down. Fulani less than 1%. They are dealing with Nigerians, over 200 million people that are very stupid. Excuse my language. Very, very, oh no. How can they? These are nomads that God hated them so much, never gave them a land, told them to be wanderers. They came out of Futajalon, where the vultures rest. These are people an authentic Igbo woman will be responding to. Give me a break. Give me a break. We don't know who we are. The world knows who we are. That's why they're trying to get rid of us. So, name Dr. Abeze. I won't tell you lies. I like your mama. Oh, them. Onya kanji wepu onwem. Imesi obosi asim mangabia kangwa military oku. Kekan gesi dia gwa military oku. When I told you to focus on administration and let the men focus on defense and men on ground. Whether we like it or not, it's a man's world. Whether we like it or not, until Jesus comes, it's a man's world. Look at what's going on in Nigeria. Things that shouldn't be going on. Because look at Ekpa and Natasha. Look at you and May Dochie. It's a man's world. And then when we understand it, God has given women so much wisdom. So we'll use our wisdom. The woman is like the neck. The man is the head. You can rotate the man wherever you want to. But you have to apply wisdom and tact. Oh, Wutekam. Coming out today, on your one Tuesday morning when I woke up, that I will be here. No. People have been calling me, I don't know, go say something, go say something. No, I don't speak when man wants me to speak. I can only listen to God. When it's that appropriate time, I will speak. And I know that God is in heaven, like he said. We are on earth. He's monitoring every word we are speaking. And he knows the human heart, which is desperately wicked. That's why somebody could be doing evil and be lying under their tongue, telling you, and you're believing them. You don't know that what they're telling you is not true. You believe them, thinking that what they're telling you is true. For how long? I have worked, I'm 2 years short of 40 years being in the United States of America. I own my own home. I get, because the way it's organized in this country is very good, I get my pension and my social security. They'll keep paying me till I die. Every year they increase it, they say cost of living raise. They're giving it to me. And then for my joy, I have an organic garden, which I grow stuff and then go sell it in the market. So it's not like if I don't do this Biafra thing, I will not be able. No, I'm a Biafran American. I'm a citizen in good stand. No officer, if you stop me and say, officer, can I help you? Yes. Because when you don't get it to all these criminalities, there's nothing to worry about in this God-given country. Though they have their evil ways, though. But when you keep your nose clean, you will do your transactions, you do your business. So I'm not doing this to be appreciated by anyone. To be told, I don't know, you did a good thing. Don't thank me. You have to thank the God who sent me to come and do this. The only thing I will gladly accept is the obedience, the compliance in order to come and give it. Because even up till this morning, some people were calling me, I don't know, we don't want you insulted. I don't know, do you think you really want to do this? Excuse me? Lives are at stake. And I'm being selfish to think how much they will insult me. They can go ahead and insult me for all they care. Once I tell the truth, I have peace with God and peace of God. I don't think I look bad for a 72-plus-year-old woman. It's the grace of God on my life. Yes, all my gardening, I do it myself. So now, Dr. Rabeze, Biko Kene, I'm begging you. We use one on there. We love him. We do everything. We never violate him. Why would you be doing the contrary thing now? What is in your mind? Is there anything you're not telling us which we need to know? Why wouldn't you follow simple instructions? If follow cause a below surrogate, then Obiazia say fall back. And they send the information to Finland because send the Deben in a biko is delaying his coming out. Because each time they send it, that's the Nigerian way. They will be reviewing it. Obukafaka conclude. As you can review Godunka, let's take 6 hours, do this. Let's take 12 hours, do this. Because stop sending. They've gotten enough information that would exonerate him. And he will be coming out soon. I know he will be. My spirit is strong. I pray for him and Mazin Nnamdi Kanu every day. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the mom uses Psalm 70. Watakilia laid hand on Onuwu, prayed for me. It breaks my heart when I think about where he is. We were the ones that were on the platform. We had WhatsApp because our people are so filthy liars. Those IPOB China Sanwo them. Oh my goodness. What they did then, only God, the hottest part of the hell is awaiting all those monsters. Onyendu will tell them, send money for them to have transmitters. And then they will use only one transmitter, moving it around. We collected money, we contributed 200 and something, and some people left and we were taxed again, we contributed 100 and something. It was those transmitters he was taking. Now 215, were arrested one because of Ndeban. They arrested him. Yes. Onyendu me o onye mesinyenduya. Why can't we think about him? Why can't we think about him and know that whatever we are doing that does not augur well, that there will come a day we will face God's judgment. And to tell you truth, it will be a difficult thing to fall into the hand of the living God because he's a consuming fire. Bikonu, Ngozi, Dr. Rabeze, COS, Biko, have a rethink. Can you make any fact? Biafrans, Biko, I'm telling all of you, since Butuzo and Gentle say now only Mazin Kere. My main concern, Buddhist men on ground, I'm imploring you guys, why let's start putting money in Biafran government. Then we will come up with another thing. But as of now, we will go by the truth, because in the mouth of 2 or more witnesses, the truth is established. Butuzo and Gentle have already confirmed they are generals on the ground. for crying out loud. With them, you media sada batane bundi bang, Nazia Ken with this craziness. For take advantage of it. Killing our people.
Mama, no.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Let's take a break, and then when we return, we will continue. Let's take a break. And I want you to take more water, and some popcorn.
Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you. I want you to understand, it is only in Biafra land that people are not running away from their ancestral land in the entire Nigeria. In Yoruba land, people are fleeing the ancestral land. In the northeast, northwest, middle belt, people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you. I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades, and in all this evil of Nigeria, the good men have always been terrified, fear, and they remain silent for many years. Today, many good men have risen up, and they are all in Biafra government in exile. And I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades, and in all this evil of Nigeria, the good men have always been terrified, fear, and they remain silent for many years. Today, many good men have risen up, and they are all in Biafra government in exile. And I want to let you know.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Today we have in the show, and here speaking to the Biafran people, the lovely Mama of Biafra. I call her Mama Onuwu, and she calls herself Ada Onuwu, but I call her Mama Onuwu. And she's looking so pretty today. Forget the fact that she has spoken this far, and then there are some sweat on her face. But it's part of the drill. It's part of the drill. And Biafrans are so happy to have her in the studio. Mama Onuwu, you've spoken extensively, and I allowed you to go far and far so that you pour out everything. Yes, so that your mind will be free. That is the spirit. Yeah, that's the spirit. So that at the end of the day, Biafrans will not say, I did not allow Mama Onuwu to speak her mind. So Mama Onuwu spoke extensively to clear the air, and every Biafran listening have been able to hear Mama Onuwu speak. She even took us memory lane, letting us to understand about our connectivity with Onyendu and Commander Ikonso, and the transition of Commander Butuzo, who is now the Chief of Defense Staff, the General. And now we have other commanders working under the Chief of Defense Staff, Commander Butuzo. And a lot of Biafrans have been asking many questions. And Mama Onuwu have actually answered many questions in her opening speech. It's like when Prime Minister interviewed Onyendu, and then Prime Minister laid a foundation before giving the floor to Onyendu to speak. Onyendu said, Simon, you have already taken almost what I want to say. I don't know where to start again. So, Mama who has spoken extensively and she has covered a lot. But let me see if I can crack some things out of our backyard now. So, Mama welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I just played a video of Prime Minister. He said, it is only when good men and women
keep quiet.
Will keep quiet.
Evil
will strive and overcome the liberation of Biafra. And evil will overcome BRGIE. Your coming out today is a plus. I want you to tell Biafrans, because I have already presented you as one of the good men and women who have come out to speak to the Biafran people so that evil will not strive and prevail, so that Biafra will not be dominated by the full enemy Islamic jihadist terrorists. Biafrans have been bitter for so long now, but after listening to you, many of them are taking some cups and cakes of palm wine and some chill water and hot coffee, red wine and white wine. Yes. I want you to stress again, because you emphasize on the right place for Biafrans to make their donations, which is where the money will go to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Igwe Butuzo, for our liberation in the homeland and his entire team.
Yes.
Where are you telling Biafrans to make their donations so that it will get to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Butuzo? With all the advices and instructions that has come from the Prime Minister, and with all the recent happenings that you have seen, you made mention of resigning from Ngozi's group of USB Charger and USB Nigeria. Now you are here to follow the ordinances of the Prime Minister and BRGIE. Advise Biafrans, because I want to see you with your amiable team and group of California turning up to make the Prime Minister proud and the entire Biafran proud in the upcoming fundraising and town hall meeting. Speak to Biafrans again. Let them know where to go and make their donations, which is the right place. Thank you so much.
My lovely Biafrans, I have said it. I even hinted on it while I was speaking. I guess I call him the wise one. He may have been talking and didn't hear me say it. But after asking that question, standing on the principles of the Bible, you know we are all transients in this world. We are passing by. Our body is not designed for this world. So God gave us the Bible. That's our GPS. If you have any issues, you haven't found your solution in the Bible, then you look again. That moment of understanding, as I told you guys, came after I watched those 3 videos. That the money we are all contributing, let's give her the benefit of doubt. She gave it to the wrong guys. But tata bubo obidota deba mo deba lubo. So I'm telling our people, just like I told you guys, sitting here gonna mandate, put the money in the mandate, because I can vouch for it. I'm telling you guys now to put your money in the Biafran government. And I didn't even talk to them, but the Spirit is leading me to say this. I will be part of the finance team to make sure that the money is being properly utilized, whether they want it or not. I will want to be part of that team. So on that basis, Californians can vouch for me and know under my leadership, the monies they collected, if I ever stole any money. No. The Igbos in Southern California, associations will always want, I don't know who to be the treasurer, because they will tell you, if I don't know who is there, that money will not be lost. I'm sure some Southern Californians are listening to this. I'm not telling lies. They have respect for my integrity. I don't have much, but my treasures in heaven. I don't look at the one now bronkem. So Biafrans, I'm urging you guys, basing on the fact that Butuza, Triple General Butuza, and second and his deputy, General Gentle, said it's only Mazi, the money comes from Biafran government under Mazin Kere. I would like you guys to put your money there so that we will meet the needs of these children. We need to buy sticks and granuts. We need to feed them. Those of them that are wounded, they need to go to the hospital. The ones that their homes are bought, or even the ones we relocate, we were doing all these things. I know about it. And it's coming from that money. So I'm advising you guys, go over to the Biafran government. Saturday is fundraising. I will meet you guys over there. I will be there. Because I don't monkey around. When I say something, I say it with conviction. I will be there. And I can guarantee you guys that whatever money that is put there will be properly accounted for. I'm saying this with my full chest. I'm telling you this. Go and put your money there. But I am Malukwana, Dr. Rabeze, moment of understanding. I don't know who's in one moment of understanding. All this saga, mother, stop it. Dikonu. Onion and sema like Runu, unarapia unakbalis namado. I'm telling you guys today, from the bottom of my heart, all of you that insulted me, I have forgiven all of you. All you need to go to your God and ask for forgiveness. Because the Bible says, have respect for elderly women. Yes. So I'm imploring you guys, go over to Biafran government. Some of you were calling me, we are confused. We don't know where to put our money. I told you, I don't really know. Go in your prayer closet. Ask God to give you understanding. But now, mine has come. My brain has been reset with what I saw. Backing it up with the word of God that says, in the mouth of two or more witnesses, the truth is established. So I have today established the truth, and I'm passing it on to you guys. Go, let's get going. Time waits for no one. Any time lost, you can never regain it. Let's go and do what we know how to do and show the Nigerian government that they cannot divide us. Bikonu. That's my plea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Onuwu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Biafran people, Mama Onuwu has apologized to everyone now. She said the same mouth that she used to tell you people go to mandate, and that if anything happens about money that she recommends you go to mandate, hold her responsible. Now she's telling you with that same mouth, looking at every misconduct that has happened, where they have even not informed her of opening a Fulani account. And then they added, because I don't know, do you know that the Fulani account that was opened and then added to the website, do you know that it has also incriminated you if you happen to be a secretary to that website? That will incriminate you because you are not aware. And then the Biafrans in the homeland who now sit down and see that they are directed to the website and the Fulani Islamic Jihadist account is stipulated there. anyone that go and make donation, and then the zoo government trail them and kill them, Biafrans will see say, I don't know who is cold people. And I don't know who accept, does not even know. As a secretary that she says she is. She doesn't know. So when she spoke confidently and told Biafrans, if anything happens with your money in mandate, hold me accountable, that was when she knew that nothing like Fulani Islamic Jihadist bank account was attached. And she made a point here very clear that this mandate was an independent website and account standing on its own. It is not the liberation account or website where Biafrans make donation daily. This is an independent body that only stands. When Biafran government have a need, we will reach out to them, we seek for help. With their body and executive that they have, they will bring what they have from their contributions and support the Biafran government. Never a time that Prime Minister say, we have to go and turn it or bring it to now come and become the Biafran government website or account. That is why when Prime Minister came, Onyendu had already built the IPOB in USA.org website. Then Prime Minister came and then decided to build the Biafra Gov website to make it now two. That means you are progressing. You are not retrogressing. So we now have two. Invention has come to be with the emergence of the Prime Minister. So Biafran people, I want all of you to have it available in your heart to forgive Mama Onuwu. She has apologized because she herself here is already incriminated. Yes, without knowing that they have gone to put something in a website where she is a secretary to that website, and then she doesn't know. So she is telling Biafrans now, I didn't even know they even put Islamic bank account there. And this account is not the Biafran government account for the liberation. It's just a set-aside body that stands on its own. So forgive Ada Onuwu for all of you that have been against her and attacking her. Her coming out alone is a restitution. Her coming out alone is a clear conscience. Her coming out alone is to validate and exonerate herself from all these cliches. Her coming out alone is to make Biafrans understand that when Prime Minister said, it is only when every man will keep quiet and watch evil prevail in Biafran government, that evil will strive. So she coming out is a point of order, is to heal the wounds of Biafrans. So the same mouth that Mama Onuwu told all of you, anything that happens with your money mandate, hold me accountable now. She has come to tell you something has happened. Something has happened. So don't go to that place again, because she was deceived. She has explained here, she was deceived. And I also want to clarify something to Biafrans. When Mama Onuwu did explain something about this woman, Ngozi presented a message of surrogate from the attorney of PM. I want Biafrans to understand something. This message of surrogate that she paraded, one, the message was altered. Yes, when the attorney of Prime Minister came here, which was the person that brought that message at the initial stage, he came here to address Biafran. He saw that message the way she has pushed it there to the media. She said, this message has been altered. There are some parts of this message that are not included here. So whoever brought this message out had intention. If you had no intentions of infringing some things, you should have brought out the entire message. So you brought out the part of the message that you will use to usurp power to destroy the government of Biafra. And the implications of that message was not for you to come and scrap the government, infiltrate the Biafra Defense Council, change anything. tell us that the Biafra Defense Forces that was unveiled in Helsinki, Finland 2023, that they are now fraud and criminals and kidnappers. That wasn't the message from the attorney. It didn't imply such ethics. It never stipulated that you should try to come and take over the Bank of Biafra website and the treasury, because you came to take over that website and then we stopped you. Then you came out to the media making noise that Sonny Akbarawa, Okengere, the website manager, they have hijacked the Biafran Bank of Biafra website. It wasn't your property, Ngozi Orabueze. This is the property of BRGIA. And what Sonny will do, and every other ministers of good conscience, is when we see anybody that wants to destroy what Prime Minister has built, we will stop you before you take any move. So going back to that message, that very message that came from the attorney was a message that implied, because we were looking at who will take over the items on the program in the convention. Who will take over the items on the program in the convention that was supposed to be carried out by the Prime Minister? By the Prime Minister. Because there were many programs, many items and agenda on the program. Prime Minister had many that he's supposed to be the one to carry out. Who was supposed to carry out? Biafran cabinet wanted to share the responsibility among some ministers, to appoint some persons. Ngozi said, oh, we shouldn't do it. She will go and communicate to the attorney, then bring message back. Prime Minister will tell us who should do it. And then when she brought the message, she curtailed the message to where it favors her and started spreading it. Okay, for peace to reign, we say, okay, you be the one to carry out all those items. Since you say, Prime Minister say you should be the one. That was the message from the attorney. That message was meant for what? For the convention program. The convention program. Just to carry out the item, if Prime Minister was to unveil the passport or the ID card, you go and unveil it. If he was to launch or unveil the Biafra police, you go and do it. If it was to unveil or launch the Biafra currency, you go and do it. There was nothing like go and scrap the government of Biafra. I don't know. Thank you so much for joining Biafrans today. I want you to clarify something. Did the Biafran government cabinet tell Ngozi to go and dissolve the government inside the convention?
You know what? We go with what Odogu says. Odogu, I know, said that at a certain time that thing will be dissolved after the declaration, but there was not a definite time. I know when I spoke with her, I told her you have to wait, probably after Sunday or something, you know, because she was saying she wants to do it in Finland. I said, please do not do it in Finland. Let them get home, you know. So Odogu said that at a point. Then I've been, you know, you don't remember everything. There are extracts that are coming out where Odogu said, after we have established and America has recognized us and
thank you, thank you, man.
That thank also. You, man. So I heard it from his voice. You remember, let me just correct one thing. You guys, when I made my voice note, you said it was AI. That's why I decided now to have my picture in the flyer. I gave all the instructions, okay? I told Wise One, I want my picture there, and the current picture, I want to look so that they will know. And then we will have it in a video from the setting, which we are doing today. So you guys see me drinking water. I'm not a robot. I'm not AI. Whatever I'm saying is what God has put in my mouth to say. Like he's saying, you guys forgive me. When you don't know what you don't know, like Odogu will always say, is bigger than you. When I did those things, it was not evil. Okay? It was not evil. I was working with what I have. That's what I worked with. Odogu said, let COS be my surrogate. On the basis of that was how I calmed down the cabinet and Professor Choma and so on. I know she wasn't happy with me at that time, but after I have explained everything, she now understands. That was why I didn't want Iman Onuwu. Then it's going crazy. All this madness has to stop. Everybody shut up. And everybody, we all kept quiet. And then I told the COS, if I did not behave like the adult and walked away, that would have continued. Probably Finland would not have happened. God used me at that instance. So it wasn't a sin for me at that time. But when you later find out and you don't correct yourself, that's when it becomes a sin. I was watching, and now I'm beginning to see things that are convincing me, praying about it, having a peace of mind, and so on. I have no other choice than to. No man or woman or conceived in a petri dish made me do this. I did it all on my own. There were Ogen Kero, when I wrote him, it was almost midnight. I was so disturbed. I wrote him, I want to have a meeting with you. Then in the morning, he wrote back, I was still sleeping. Okay, call me when you wake up. Then I called him, and then we discussed, I told him what I wanted to do. He's not the one that told me to do this. So whatever blame for these revelations I have brought, I'm responsible. I take 100% responsibility.
Thank you, Mama.
Just
Thank you, Mama.
clear that. So you guys don't think I'm not a push around. I may be 72 going 73, but I'm alert, oriented, ×3. I am.
Thank you, Mama. No, please, I want you to ignore the people that said your voice was AI. You know why? Because those were the over 5,000 recruits of IPOB Nigeria and Obedient, who are now workers of Ngozi Orabueze. So anything the Biafran Republic government in exile are doing, they will discredit it. Even the voice of the attorney of Prime Minister, when she brought message from Prime Minister, they also said it's AI. So if they said your voice was also AI, it's not peculiar. It's what they have dealt. It is only what Ngozi tells them that is not AI. Anything any other person tells them is AI, and that is how their madam will tell them, and then they will take it. So Biafran people, Mama Onuwu continues again to tell Biafrans she is sorry because she was misled based on the information that was given to her before. Now she has come to understand they were careless in those information. Mama Onuwu, you advise this woman, Ngozi Orabueze, not to dabble into the defense of Biafran people. And then she refused. She said she wanted to be in charge. And then this in charge that she wanted to be degenerated into an idea of going to form our own group of army. And this landed into the recruitment of Ibubagu, Caterpillar, and Sapele, and also the misuse of funds of over 80 million naira for the 40th state of Biafra propaganda marching that she did. And we have it on record that Caterpillar went away with over 50 million naira. Hey, this is quite disheartening. This is a huge amount of ego that should have been used in logistics in our liberation in the homeland. How do you describe somebody that is so power-mongered? Because there is a premeditated idea before this time. Because if not so, PM is inside, just within few days, you are already assembling a council to overturn all the ethics of the Biafran government. How do you describe this kind of act? Because we want to curtail this kind of thing so that it doesn't come to be again. Advise Biafran so that they be on the lookout.
You guys know, just like I said, I've been in this 13 years plus in this struggle. So I know quite a lot. Yes. When during Onyendus, Uchemefo and Obidi, they planned what they planned and, you know, betrayed him. Some of them were acted in ignorance. And some that acted in ignorance, there's that shame they can't come out. But I'm advising you guys today, as if we can come together and do it, look at the lives that are the bloodshed. From the moment we started today, I'm sure over 100 Biafrans have been slaughtered. Yes, the blood flowing in the land. So, you know what? What's the other second part of the question? Because when I get emotional and it just consumes me, I'm just praying.
I hope your water is close to you.
I pray God, I ask God, I don't want to cry because it's coming, but I'm holding myself. I don't want to cry. The emotion, when I think about these children that are being killed every day, why can't we forget about ourselves? That what you did is wrong. Forget about it. The important thing, but let us say, even if it's one life we saved.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Calm yourself down, please. Take some water to cool your temper. I want you to take this other question. The Biafran government approved the Biafra Convention payment and donations to go specifically to New Mandate. Every payment that we did, right from 2023 Helsinki Convention, every payment of the convention was directed to New Mandate. Because the Biafran government, I'm not using Prime Minister's name now. I don't want us to be using Prime Minister did this, Prime Minister did this, because he is in detention. Yeah, so we need to find a way of exonerating his name in every clarifications that we are doing. So Biafran government approved that every payment that has to do with the convention goes to a specific and different account so that we don't mix it up with the liberation donation. Okay. Helsinki Convention, we channeled every payment to New Mandate. Now, in Lati Convention, every payment we channeled to New Mandate. Every logistics that people paid for, channeled to New Mandate. Even our ID card payment for those that got their ID card printed and issued in the convention, channeled to New Mandate. Some of the palliative that we did, everything. That is why Prime Minister even posted out the New Mandate and say, this is the account for the palliative. Everybody go there, put the money there. That is where we use it to do that side. Now, before the convention, we were informed that we need to clear up the bills. Meeting was set up. Ngozi put a memo and said nobody should attend that meeting of the financial situation of Finland Convention for us to offset the bills. If you attend that convention, you are out of our government. And those loyalists of her, they all did not attend the convention. This meeting took place for like 4 or 5 times. And we had this meeting with the Minister of Finance and European Rep Uche, and with many other ministers. Now, the money that was all donated for this convention, that was situated in the new mandate account with the ID card money and every other thing, everything went to new mandate. Ngozi refused to release this money for us to offset the bills in the convention, for us to even pay up the ID card payments that were pending. The finance minister, in these over 4 meetings that we had prior to the convention, we persuaded him and pacified him to look for a way of offsetting all these bills. Whether he has to borrow the money from external bodies or borrow the government money from his own pocket, he did. As I speak to you now, those money that he borrowed to the government has not been reformed, because all those money are situated and domiciled in new mandate, which Ngozi is in charge of. Now, sequel to all this mismanagement of funds that she has used 50 million, 80 million for Caterpillar and propaganda matching, what can you say, or where do you think the Biafra Convention money that people paid for and the ID card money that are in new mandate, where is the money, and why are she not giving account to the Biafran people? The new government that the new group that she has formed, have they asked her all these questions? Because people paid all this money for the convention, and up to now, none of them have asked her this question, because it is Biafra money. Where and what do you think she has done with this convention money, the ID card money, and all this money that Biafrans paid, which she refused to release the money to give us to pay off the bills of the convention? What can you
Earlier on, when I spoke, I mentioned that all the money that was paid into mandate while Odogu was with us, and the money gotten after, I asked her, where is the money? Because she is not giving it to Butuza and Gentle. And in the past, we don't even work with Butuza. Butuza does not know. It's Success that is the one that's giving the money, that is isolated. And the men on ground don't want to deal with anybody because they are afraid of their identity being exposed. So they are better off with this Success who they work with. So that was why I asked her, because all the money were going into the mandate account. I later heard something about humanitarian. We never did that humanitarian when I was there. We have this mandate, which it needs Biafra. It needs Biafra agenda. So we have to, in order to do the IRS thing, because Uncle Sam in America will deal with you. As a non-profit, you have to file your taxes. So we will have to decide, maybe give the Boys and Girls Club 300, give these people, so that when we file our taxes, this will show. And we had the goal for the mandate, New Dimension Mandate Inc., that was established in the state of Georgia before I joined, and then I later became the secretary. When you go to their website, you will see my picture there. Yes, my picture is there. So all this money, let's not do the kind of thing and then Nayanya did. Because if we look at it, it's the same MO. Who did this to us? Who did this to us? Nayanya sees Biafran money then. You were working for the Nigerian embassy. You were working for Biafra. I don't know how you confused Onyendu, because Onyendu has so much respect for women. We would argue, we would talk. He said, leave Nenayanya alone. Nenayanya seized the money. Madam Oyibo did the same thing. Because she came in, got the brothers, they donated some money. Onyendu looked and said, well, this person will not want to stay money. Okay, let's keep you covered. Be dealing with the money. She took her money, she absconded. Madam Bridget did the same thing. Come on. Eunice Omonyi did the same thing under the Lazan. She said it's over her dead body that she will release that money. I don't want this history to continue because for the sake of Biafrans now, release money. Kai go sticks and granite. Can you mwaka ago na ago? Can you mwaka their parents have died? Now, America, when you lose your parent in the place of war, you're giving certain amount to help you upkeep. But there, in that zoo, they don't care. All those people, they die. They die for nothing. Let's be exemplary because we need that money. Release that money so that these are men on ground that have been battle tested. They are battle tested. I know what they did for us. They did not allow these people. They land over there, they get rid of them. Botus and Gentle. He had that central command. Why decentralize them? Why bring in people who are not battle tested? Why? It will only amount in bloodshed. Because I'm not getting anything from all this I'm doing. I'm very comfortable. I'm comfortable. It's just that I miss my home. My dad will always say, there's an age somebody will get to. They don't sleep in another man's house. That means being in exile. I've been in exile now for 38 years. My dad came back home at 60 something. I'm now 72. I'm still in exile. I want to go back home. I don't want to be buried in this land. So whatever it will take, I don't care about who insults me. I will speak truth to power. Yes, for the sake of our future generation. Because if we lose it this time, that means Biafrans will be out of existence. They want that deposit of gas in Biafra land. You see the pipes they're building up north, sending it everywhere. They want to kill all of us. Then why will we submit to that? Biko nem anamayoy. Release the money. Release the money. Even when the Minister of Housing, some people bought properties in Ebube. All those money went into mandate. 40,000, 20,000, this and all that. Because I know we were using some of that money. Don't get me wrong. We were always, Odogu will come and tell us every 2 weeks he comes, oh, we need a 25 million, 30 million. We'll divide it and know what it is. And then we will do a fundraising. We will give him money. Yes. And then in the past when we were Orinogia, before there were the two, we left the mandates and the Biafran government, we would be paying back the money in piecemeal. We are borrowing from him. So what will I gain lying? I've told you guys that there's nothing. I have to speak the truth so that my conscience will be clear. Now go confirm. Ekwa no melonte mane geni wano melono mane ekwa no melonte.
Thank you, ma'am. 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 So, Mama Onuwu is calling on Ngozi to come and give account of Biafra money. She should release all the money for our liberation because it's not our money. Biafrans have been deceived by our antics, And then they donate money into the wrong place, and she's using it for her own personal gain, using it for a bubagu, recruitment, and also using it for propaganda matching and any other thing that she likes. So, Ngozi, come and make account and release Biafra money. The Biafra Liberation Forces in the homeland have aired out that nothing, farting from you is not coming to them. The best you can do is to do propaganda on the media and say you send this to them and send this to them. They have come out to clear the air. Over 50 million naira is not moi moi. This is money that Biafrans contributed. What kind of mindset do you even have, self? You wanted to destroy Prime Minister and the Biafran people. That is why you now decide to go and use the money to fund a bubagu. A bubagu, so that you will end up making sure what the Biafran people built and unveiled when Prime Minister was here will now be shrinked and destroyed, while a bubagu will now have to come and carry the glory. It is so pathetic. Biafran people are calling on you to bring their money. Mama Onuwu, you said you advised Dr. Former, and this same Dr. Former, I remember that the Prime Minister also sent message to him when he sent message to some of us as the ministers of BRGI. Now, you made mention that you advised Dr. Former to tell Ngozi not to go and have any affiliations with Ebubagu commanders, Caterpillar and Sapele. And up till today, Dr. Former has not replied you back. So that means Dr. Former is also an accomplice in the mismanagement of Biafra money, taking Biafra money to do recruitment of a bubagu. So Biafrans should have this unchecked. Biafran people should have this unchecked. Yes. Because a lot has happened. And if Biafran people just close their eye and walk away like that, there will be a problem. Just like another man was telling you, go 247. We'll go 247. Babuoso! We'll go 247. Babuoso! So, Biafran people, listen very, very well to the message of Mama Onuwu. Mama Onuwu also stressed a point that when Onyendu was kidnapped, Prime Minister made sure Biafran people take it very serious. And we took a decisive move of one, making sure that the kidnap of Onyendu becomes useless to one Nigeria. Two, keeping him becomes more expensive on daily basis. And they continue to lose. And that is why Biafran people unanimously implemented a sit-at-home civil disobedience, which happens to be one of the multidimensional approaches to speak to the Zoo terrorist government in a language they will understand, which they in turn come out to be crying every time about the sit-at-home. Mama, no, Biafran people were massacred and slaughtered after the declaration of the United States of Biafra in Lati in 2024. Then, in February that just passed, Biafran people unanimously declared a sit-at-home, a 2-day sit-at-home, which is the same template, the same momentum, the same multidimensional approaches that they have been using to fight the Zoo terrorists. Ngozi and her group came out to say that there is no such sit-at-home, that Biafran people should not carry out the sit-at-home. Mama, no, what can you say about it? Because if Biafran people have been doing sit at home to speak against the government of one Nigeria, now Ngozi came out when they massacred Biafran. She did not do anything, not even to hold emergency press briefing or to talk to Biafrans or to even do anything or to call on Biafra Defense Forces or to give reassuring words to Biafrans. She did not. But when she saw that Biafran people took it upon themselves to declare a sit at home, she came out to debunk it, that Biafran people cannot sit at home. Is she working for Biafran people or she's working for the zoo terrorists?
You know what? Sit at home has always been the tool. For students of history, India had their sit at home for, I think, close to 2 years. And the British eventually, they packed and left. It's a very strong weapon to send a message, because the money the government loses when you sit at home 1 day, sit at home 2 days, they feel it. That's why they are doing all these nonsense they're doing to stop the sit at home. If it's not working, they wouldn't try to stop it. So I was disillusioned. In short, I was flabbergasted when I heard that she told them that there's nothing like sit at home. Mazi Simon Ekpa does that. She's in Mazi's, Dr. Abezi is in Mazi Simon Ekpa's government, and the COS, she's the closest to him. Yeah, that's why he made her the surrogate. So if we decide, because they slaughtered our people and our people wanted to show their anger, nobody has any right to say do not do sit at home, because when it's not your family, you don't feel it. But when it happens close to you, you feel it. Those families, they find some reprieve, seeing that, oh, you know what, they are honoring, then it will help them get closure. But for you to say they wouldn't do that, I was disgusted by that decision. But what can I do? I was still sitting in the wings and watching and praying and asking God, because God is the God of all impossibilities. There's nothing God cannot do. The Bible says that when a man's way pleases him, he makes him even at peace with his enemies. So standing on that, I'm pleading, I'm begging. I'm pleading, I'm begging. Let us take care of this issue. Let us forget all pride, because every human being has 3 people working with them, me, myself, and I. Let's take it away from this flesh, this carnality that is making us do and not be sensitive. There comes a day we are all going to stand before the Almighty Maker, who has the total right to take life and death. No man has that power, but only Elohim. So mine, I'm the watchman. I will speak out, and I can't force anybody. You can take a cow to the stream, but you cannot force it to drink. So that's all I can say there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you said you resigned from Ngozi's group of USB Charger Nigeria group. What message, and you did that because of the misconduct that you have found, which does not go in line with what the Biafran government was all about. Now, what is your advice to people like Reverend Nane, Dr. Hey, I forgot the name. There are many ministers there that were in BRGI with Prime Minister. Benny. We have Dr. Benny. We have Oloma. We have many of them, people that we thought that their brain should be working like an engine to be able to reason and see things the right way. You, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a mother of Biafra, after seeing all the red flags, you resign from that group of sabotage. What advice will you give to the rest of them that are still there before they use themselves as the next scapegoat? Because they wanted to use Adarama also. Adarama happened to speak up and shout after they have tried to use her severally. Now she is free. The day Adarama delivered the message the way it is, and I will give kudos to her. She said, Sonny did not allow me to sleep. Sonny came back and dragged me out and said, I should go back and deliver the message the way it is, which means fall back. Everybody should fall back to BRGI. Because at first, when she came, she was saying everybody should calm. I said, another man, this is not the message now. Deliver the message the way it came. She went back and then delivered the message that PM said everybody should fall back to BRGI and stop attacking our lobbies and BRGI and every structure under BRGI. Now, what is your advice to the rest of the men and women that you see that their eyes are still closed and blindfolded with the happenings, which they have not come to realize what is actually happening yet? I want you to advise them, because I don't want all of them to come back when it is too late. I want all of them to realize the black goat when it is still day. Let them not go and find it when it is nightfall, because they wouldn't be able to differentiate between the black goat in the night and even a ghost that is walking close to them. What is your advice to them at this point?
My advice is pray to God. The Bible says, when you ask for wisdom, ask God to add understanding to it. It said human beings, God, in his infinite goodness and mercy, gave us the power of choice. You cannot make a cow you took to the stream to drink if it doesn't want to drink. So I'm using myself. My understanding came a few days ago. And now I'm here. I'm just like a beggar telling another beggar how to find bread. I found out bread, and I'm advising you guys, if you don't believe in what I don't know who has said, go into fasting, go in your closet, ask God to reveal to you, and God in his infinite goodness will reveal to you. He gave us all a power of choice. But remember, there comes a day when that power time will be over. When he was giving us that power, he was a lamb. Then when it's over, he becomes a lion. And when the lion roars, every animal runs. That's how he gets his dinner. The weakest one is the one he catches and uses as dinner. So please, I'm just a beggar telling another beggar, I found the bread. We want to be one. Do not mind if somebody accuses you and say, oh, shame on you. Forget it. How yes, 6 months, 3 months. They'll find other things to talk about. Even if they don't, who cares? Heck what? Mobile Americans will say, go to hell. Yeah, heck what? No, you are doing this for yourself and your future generations. Rotania, we are doing it for our future generations to save our name. So if I will take shame to prolong my generation, I will do it. Like I would always tell my daughter, I told her, you see that your body is God's holy temple. You never abuse it or do anything that money can buy. No. Tell me if it means me selling out what I have and giving you that money, but never sell that body. And that was how we went on. So it all depends on everyone. Bikonu. This is not the best way to go. We need to forgive one another. We need to stop cussing people out on Twitter. I see how you guys are abusing them. Even over here, I don't care. So let's stop it. You don't get anything. Just be civil, be friendly, allow them. That's it is God's compassion that leads us to our salvation. Checking out what we've done, we will all be in hell. But he's so compassionate, and we have to show compassion to one another. Bikodu, let's forget this. Let's bury the hatchet. Let's bury the hatchet. Let's stop calling each other names. Let's do the needful. And the needful is that for now that I have proved that Ogenkere is delivering money to these guys, I can tell you guys, go to the Biafran government, put in your money there. On Saturday, I will be there to join in that fundraising. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And there is one thing I want you to correct from your statement. Okenkere is not giving anybody money. It is the Biafran government in exile that are doing their liberation. Because some people have been using Simon Ekpa is giving them money. So they use it to implicate our prime minister. So Okenkere is just the finance minister and acting prime minister. He's not giving anybody money. It is the responsibility of the government.
This is a disclaimer I'm making. For other times I have said that Oyenkere is giving money. What I implied is that the finance minister that has the portfolio within his job description to shell out this money is the one distributing this money. He's not giving it from his own. It's a job definition that gives him the propensity to pull out that money and put it to where it's needed. So that's a disclaimer. For if all the times I've said it, it's a slip of tongue. So I'm retracting, I'm recanting, I'm just saying that he was duly elected the finance officer. He had the position and he has the job description. He wasn't crossing over lane doing maybe the department of maybe another position. Okay, yeah, we had different positions. Okay, I had my own position when I was there. No, he was executing his properly elected position. That's what he was performing under those guidelines.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there has been propaganda and blackmail and slander that when Prime Minister was here, that Prime Minister summoned the finance department led by Minister Okenkere to come to the Biafran government meeting. And they said, you were part of that meeting, and then Prime Minister called the finance minister that I myself, they said I was there in the meeting, that Prime Minister called finance minister to come and give financial report of his department, and then he ran away. Please, has there ever been such kind of meeting in the Biafran?
Yeah, we had a meeting that day. He was on his way somewhere. So the mandate gave he said he didn't have enough time to present his report, which the PM never scheduled another meeting and tell him, okay, you can do it. He is the executive chair for Ross, the PM. He told him that he didn't have enough time to present his. The two other people presented theirs. Okay, so now we never had another meeting to say under the PM until all these things started going crazy. Yes.
My question is, they call you, a meeting is scheduled, and then you run away. It's different from what you're saying now. Somebody is on the way, like me. When you called me, or when I scheduled this meeting, I was in a very far distance. And then I told you, we are going to have this meeting. I gave time. The lies and propaganda they are putting is that Minister Okenkere never appeared in the meeting.
No, he was driving, and he told us, you see, I'm driving, and I'm still manipulating to stay on the Zoom. And Odogu said, yes, that's what we do. He complimented him. Yes, he was driving. He had a 3-hour drive to go, or 4. I don't quite remember. I can't quote the exact hours he had to drive. Yes. So it's not like he absconded. He was on his way to do Biafra function. It was a Biafra function he was going to. But it's all up to the prime minister to say, okay, when he said he didn't have enough time, to say, okay, now I will want you to do it on such and such a day. So he didn't run away. He showed up. He logged in while we were in the cabinet meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. You have clarified the point. He never ran away anytime. So the propaganda from those people that are bringing it up, you people should go and look for another propaganda. You have given so much credence to the good works of General Butuzo and his entire team. And then you also made the references that it took so much for him to be convinced before he started doing the sacrifices that he's doing with his people. Now, one of the reasons why the Zoo terrorist government, led by why the Zoo terrorist government, led by Tinubu, and the terrorist army, led by Musa, came to the media to cry and cry and cry, is because of the firepower of the Biafra Liberation Army under General Igwe Butuzo. And we saw all the wotos that they were giving to the terrorists. Musa cries severally. That when they come to kill the Biafran people, the trees and the forests does not give them a clear sight to be able to bomb them on ground. So this means the Biafra Liberation Forces have been up and doing, and every Biafran had seen their good works. Nigerian government had seen their good works, and they were crying over it. But it shocked me to hear that Onyami, who was sent by Ngozi to go and have a call conversation, which they brought out and circulated on the media with General Igwe Butuzo, they opened their mouth to say that they have not been seeing anything that the Biafra Defense Forces have been doing under General Igwe Butuzo. And I now understand that this is what led to Ngozi's persistency of her making the proclamation that she wants to change the commanders to have her own commanders. Because they sat down and decided and brought it out to put it that they are not seeing anything that the Biafra Defense Forces are doing. Ever since, it is because of the firepower of Biafra Defense Forces that made Prime Minister go inside to go and answer questions for Biafra. Because every country firepower and potency and sovereignty lies in your defense. If you don't have a strong defense, nobody will take you serious. So there has been a strong defense mechanism set up by the Biafran people, and that is why the occupational terrorist army coming into Biafra land are crying. And this sparked public discussions. which now made Finland to now listen to one Nigeria and then call our prime minister for interrogations. The question is, does it mean that all the people in Ngozi's group, they never saw what the Biafra Defense Forces were doing since 2023 that they were unveiled in Helsinki to this very day? That they came to a conclusion of now going to go and form their own group of armed groups, which they now wanted to go and use Caterpillar Ebubagu to come and replace and change Commander Igwe Butuzo, the general, and his entire men. What kind of perception came about that this wickedness had to even come? Is it that they never believed in everything that has been happening when Prime Minister was here? Or they just want to become leaders of their own overnight?
You know what? Like I said earlier on, I told you guys the caliber Ikonso was. May his beautiful soul continue to rest in peace. And those children of his, may God make a way for them that they will not suffer. When Butuzo was serving under Ikonso, and at his passing, Igwe Butuzo, with all the wars we are going, what is his name, Ozodimba, what he was doing to our men and so on, killing them. Butuzo, Ikonso and Butuzo were our shield. Even Carolina White, they were using every and anybody to sabotage. They were the eyes of the Nigerian government within our family. So for when he passed, Igwe Butuzo took over. You won't blame him. He was then, Madam Azuka was the defense minister. She was working so well with these people, putting in all the efforts of that woman to the extent her house was burnt down. And since she left, she kept quiet, just lay down there and then speaks when she needs to speak. It took her to convince them, even though she was, to convince Butuzo and them to accept, because they were scared. I don't trust these people. He was convinced, and then they came on. Them and Simon, they were the situation room, everything. It was a family. They were working so well together. They started building camps. It took a while. You know how long it took to build the different camps and establish them? Nobody knows about it. That's why Musa said, when they come, they're like trees. They don't see them. They were killing the Nigerian forces. They will come in, they will carry them in body bags. They were killing them. They were buying them and so on. I don't know. I hope this, me saying that KILL would affect your program. So they were doing that. And this man took his time to train.
The terrorist forces. The terrorist forces are those.
Yes, took care of the terrorist forces. This young man, he has a lion heart. And then the second IC became gentle. And they had Holy Ghost and the rest of them. All these areas had their different commanders, but they report to Triple General Igwe Butuzo. And everything was going fine. So, why, if it's not broken, why fix it? That's my question. If it ain't broken, Americans will say, why fix it? This has been working so well. So now, when you start off that you cannot work with them, you want to be in their platform, you said you want to be in their platform, they said they don't want you in their platform, then leave it, leave them alone. Leave them in their platform. Let them do whatever they are doing there, but they'll be giving you report. You are the overall commander. You are the commander in chief. As far as the paper PM gave you, you're the surrogate until he comes out. So why criminalizing them? It broke my heart when I heard, and Igwe Butuzo doesn't come out much. He sends his commanders to do the talking and the writing. He doesn't come out much. But it got to a point where he had to come out and tell us Biafrans the truth, that they are not getting any money. And yet, you told me and told us, it's out there, everybody heard it, that you said we are giving money to them. Once they make their demands, we supply them. We have meetings with them. Ofoma told me, Dr. Ofoma told me, they have meetings with them. So I was basing on what the facts I know. I said, if you're having meetings with them, that's good. And that they will send them money. The money, they'll send them so many millions. It will last them a month, and then they will send them. I was so happy when he told me that.
That means they deceived you. They told you lies.
Yeah, they told me what's not true. I believed it.
Wow.
Dr. Ofoma told me they have had meetings with them. They've sent them millions, 25 or 30 million. I can't be exact now. I was happy. So when I heard that they want to change to Caterpillar being the commander, I went to Dr. Ofoma again. I told him, listen, you and I know that Caterpillar killed the ESN. He agreed with me. I said, now go, let the COS know. You can't use Caterpillar as commander. You cannot. I told him, you are a contributing guy there. Go there, stand your ground, tell her that. That was the last communication. So when they killed those young men that were waiting for Caterpillar to bring the money, I had to write him a note. I wrote him a lengthy piece. I told him my heart is broken. And I highlighted, my heart is broken. It was broken for those children that were waiting for reinforcement, and the reinforcement never came, and they were all died. They all were killed. Come on. So I don't know what else to say.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Take some water, please. I want Biafrans to listen and listen very good. The very meeting where Mama Onuwu talked about, where finance minister was called up to say something about finance. That had happened to be, I think, the last meeting of the cabinet. And I think that meeting was a live broadcast. I think Prime Minister pushed us to be on air so that Biafrans will hear the policies that the Biafran government were making. And Biafrans can go through that video. Now, before I say what I want to say, I want to clarify something. I've been with Prime Minister since 2021. Madam Mazuka has been with Prime Minister since then as well. Mama Onuwu here has been even at the background. Yes, she was at the background doing something also. She later came out to show her face officially later on, but she was doing a lot at the background. You can hear, you can capture all this I'm saying from what she has narrated here now. And there are a lot of people that have been doing secret services to this very government like this. Now, I want to let Biafrans know that since 2021, that I've been with Prime Minister in this Biafra liberation to this very day, there has never been a time that the Prime Minister will call the Finance Minister to come and give financial report inside the general meeting of the Biafran government. All those kind of report that has to do with finance is done behind the scene with the finance team and the department, because we owe dear the finance of this very government. One of the reasons why Umuada was scrapped was because of calling for open accountability of the finance, because the enemies of Biafra wants to see and know how much comes into Biafra government and how much goes out, so that they can come and then fight in. That is why Musa said something. Musa said, we have monitored and seen that many of them are making donations from diaspora to support Biafra. We have to target their finance. When we cripple their finance, we will get them. That was the message Musa said. And in that very meeting which we had, who brought up the agenda on the item that finance minister should come and give report in the public air about our finance? It was Ngozi. It was Ngozi that brought it up in the agenda of the meeting, because Prime Minister never will call the finance minister to come and spread the statistics of our finance in a general meeting.
When you finish this, I want a few minutes break. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Now, America as a sovereign nation, or even Ukraine or Russia that are fighting war, or even Israel, you can never see the financial report.
If you don't mind, I'm hearing you. I'll be right back. I say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can take a leave, ma'am. You cannot hear the financial report of Ukraine or America or Russia or Israel as they are fighting this war, because they want to protect their strength. They don't bring out their weaknesses to expose to the world, for the world to know that they are losing the war with the weakness of their finance. That is why the entire world are making mockery of Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, when they saw him junketing into the White House to have a meeting with Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump was telling him, let us see what you have been doing with all the money that we have given you so far, because you are losing the war. Donald Trump doesn't want American taxpayers' money to continue to go into a fight that is losing. He said, we want peace. But if Zelensky did not show that he is losing the war and that his financial treasury is leaking, they wouldn't have seen him as a mockery. And the enemies will not capitalize on it to make caricature of him. Prime Minister never for once bring the financial report of the Biafran government to split in the general meeting of the cabinet meeting. Financial report or financial accountability of Biafran government is done behind the scene, because even in a government, we are prone to have leakages of sabotage that are working and aligning with the government of one Nigeria. I give you one example. A private meeting that is held in the Biafran government, Ngozi is the one bringing it out to the media today. These are classified meetings. Now, the day that we unveiled or show a prototype of the Biafra currency inside the Biafran government, after the meeting finished, Eze Munabi posted those currencies out to the media. And then they put Prime Minister's name just to do what? To implicate him. How did that thing get to Eze Munabi? It was through Ngozi Orabueze. Today, the Eze Munabi that you see is the one that is doing recruitment of a Bubagu to Ngozi Orabueze now. So why will you be leaking out classified information? So they wanted Prime Minister to bring our accountability, our bank, how much we spend to get the sticks and the granite, where we get it, the account number we send the money to, the company that we get it from that supply us, the contact person, the phone numbers, and every details, so that when you all hear it in the Biafran government meeting, some people will screenshot it. The same way they screenshotted the prototype and the unveiling of the Biafra currency, which Prime Minister did well by calling a cabinet meeting. A cabinet meeting which should be a classified meeting. He had confidence in his entire cabinet and said, before this thing should go out in the convention, let me show my team what this thing will look like so that they will not be taken by surprise. Let them have an idea so that if anybody have something to say, you can say it and it will be corrected. But at the end of the day, you now see that what the Prime Minister did was actually giving an edge to the enemies that are within. And these enemies took advantage of it and then used this to shrink the government. I want people to understand something. Had it been Prime Minister since 2021 that we've been, has brought the Biafran government accountability or account into the cabinet to be splitting it out. Now that they take Prime Minister for interrogation, it is the enemies of Biafra that claim to be inside the cabinet that would have been given the screenshot as evidences to Finland government. You see? This is why they have ever push that finance minister should bring accountability and spread the shit inside the cabinet meeting. And Prime Minister has always said, no, never, never, never. All what you people can hear from finance minister whenever he wants to speak is that our account is empty as we are now because we have more and more things to do. As the money is coming in, so are we using it for the liberation. So we need more. Prime Minister knew why he made him the finance minister. Because if you made a fool a finance minister, that foolish person, when they say bring accountability anytime, we just bring the spreadsheet and scatter it in the cabinet. And then the enemies of Biafra will pick it. At times, Prime Minister will give you assignment and then you want to watch and see your intelligence to see whether you really know your work. So Biafra people, we are on the right track. We want to say a very big thank you to our Mama Onuwu. And Biafran people, if you have a comment to make, Mama Onuwu has touched all the areas necessary. So if you call this number, you are just to commend her on coming out here to seek your forgiveness and to also plead all of you to fall back to BRGIA. The line is open for calling. Anybody can call in now and give your message to Mama Onuwu. And if a question comes in, I will be the one to decide the question that she will answer and the one that she will not answer. I am the sheriff in this very town today.
That is my sheriff. Consistency and this. Yes. So I'm not phased. God with me. Yes.
So Biafran people, the line is open. You can only call on WhatsApp. Call the line on WhatsApp. And please, if you are a member of BRGIA, do not call first. Allow other people to call first. Because if you will now start calling first, you will occupy the line. Allow those that are not members of BRGIA to call first. Then later you can call. The line is open. The line is open. And let's take a break before we continue.
I want you to understand, it is only in Biafran land that people are not running away from their ancestral land in the entire Nigeria. In Yoruba land, people are fleeing the ancestral land. In the northeast, northwest, middle belt, people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you. I want you to understand, it is only in Biafra land that people are not running away from their ancestral land in the entire Nigeria. In Yoruba land, people are fleeing the ancestral land. In the northeast, northwest, middle belt, people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is.
All right. Thank you to everyone. We have the first caller on the line, and is the APM of BRGIA. APM, Biafrans are listening to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Information, Mazi Sonia Barawa. Thank you. We Biafrans appreciate you and your team. And a big thank you to our mother in the studio, in the person of Honorable Onuwu. Thank you, ma. We really appreciate you. And Biafrans love you. They love your courage. They love everything that you be doing. And when our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when Omwada, or when the mothers of Biafra rise up, that Biafra will be here, I believe you're one of those that he's actually talking about. Because our motherland represents the mother. The mother gave birth to we that are living. So the mothers have a big role in any society, and a country is actually referred to as a mother. So because without the mothers, there will be no us. So we appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you for your courage, your boldness. And I believe with time, fellow mothers, we also come back during the struggle, do the needful, so that to make sure that our land is secure. Because I don't believe that mothers of Biafrans will be happy seeing their children being killed by the Fulani Jinjawi, by the Nigerian terrorists, because I don't think they give joy, because they know what it is to carry the pregnancy for 9 months. Then after delivering the baby, and you probably train your children to any high level of education, whether educated or not. And I don't think the mothers of Biafrans will be happy seeing terrorists beheading their children, killing their children, raping their daughters. So Biafrans appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear woman. And there's another thing where I actually decided to call. It's very sensitive. It's about when you talk about ejema, that is money in English language. The Minister of Information touched light on it already. The very day that a meeting was called, I, Mazio Gechuku Nkere, I have an assignment to meet with the United States of America congressman, of which this congressman is one of the chair of the Committee of Sub-African region. So, and from the state where I am from, the DMV, that is Washington, that is DMV, is comprised of DC, Virginia, Maryland area. It took me almost 4 hours to drive to New Jersey. I was driving on the highway. I'm actually doing 65, 70 per hour while the meeting is going on. And the same very day, less than 8 hours, I received a message from Ngozi that I should come and do account. I knew that message is not coming from our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister, if you all can recall, in Helsinki 2023, that video that some of our media team always play where me and our Prime Minister are saying, is it not what we said we would do? We do it. In the Igbo language, meaning I know him very good. He know me. I know what he stands for. He know what I stand for. And our Prime Minister knew. If he had the program that they call me to come and summarize about our camp, he knew I'm not going to do it. I have sworn oath within myself that I will secure the Biafran people. I will secure Biafran with what I know that we actually help us in winning this war is a German. And anything just like Musa be crying, saying that whenever they bring that Ijema down, it's over. And I knew we have a lot of enemies. And I'm not going to tell you the battle that I've been battling with the Nigerian government and her ally trying to bring our account down. They be doing that. I'm talking of in that Zoom meeting, we have 140 people, both in the homeland and in that Zoom meeting, they're circles. And you want to tell me, Mazio Gejukunkere, to come to that Zoom meeting and analyze, talk about something that no nation have done it in the history of mankind, bringing out the account, I call it bringing it to the public. There's too many sabots there. Too many, because whatever we are doing, there are a lot of Nigerian agents that sneak in the government, whether in the de facto or in brigade. They're going to be recording listening. I knew, and our Prime Minister don't even have to talk to me to say, oh, Mazugi, you know you don't have to do that. He knew I'm not even going to talk about it, one. And number two, again, I'm actually driving. And I made it clear in that very meeting for everyone that is in that meeting that can never happen. Because I knew that Ngozi Orebeze is doing this for a reason. Not the same way she be paying private meetings that the government have. Just because she set up the Zoom meeting, she will not go and extradite that and play it in public. Biafrans say, is this who going to manage your BDF at home? Is this who going to manage your country? She will bring everything out in public. I knew her over 2 years ago. That's why I'll be having problem with her. She cannot keep secret. She record our Prime Minister, attorney. She play it. This is somebody that you cannot just trust a nation and hand it over for her to manage it. And before then, Ngozi forced Diana Eme so that Diana Eme will be added to the account. Before then, 2 weeks before then, 2.5 weeks before our Prime Minister was called, Diana Eme is already added to the account. She can view the account, and I make sure that she's not going to be able to make some transaction. She can view what is going on. So, and all these are the work of Ngozi Orebeze. Not knowing Ngozi Orebeze have been already planning how to hijack everything, both the account, and turn everything around. So that very meeting, our Prime Minister never summoned me for any accountability. We have a treasury department. We know how we communicate. So, and please, I'm not our Prime Minister. He is not in any of these accounts. I just want to make that clear. For those that think that when they're doing fundraising, they're doing it for a prime minister. They're not. It's for Biafra. So on that very issue that our prime minister called me to come and do a campaign, no, he did not. It's Ngozi Orabeze manipulation. It's Ngozi Orabeze had to start to bring things down. She already been planning this years before today. All this stuff that is happening today did not start today. It just happened that somebody like me, God have put me in a place where I am. We have been one that is checkmating Ngozi. And right after our prime minister was called for questioning, she see the opportunity. And in 3 days, when after our prime minister was called, Ngozi Orabeze went and formed interim government without the knowledge of the entire cabinet. She formed interim government on her own and even added me because of finance. And in that meeting, when they called me, when they set up the first meeting, I was yelling at Ngozi. I think Ngozi, disease, close this group, close this interim government. I asked Ngozi, do you still know what is the meaning of interim government? A government replacing a government. Ooh, how did she come about? That very meeting, it was just a lot of, not even argument. I was just indicting her to let her know what she's doing is wrong. Where before the so-called surrogate text message, that thing is not even a letter, it's a manipulated text message that she actually didn't bring the whole thing out. She uttered it. A lot is going on, a lot happened. Not everything we actually going to say on air, but things work out in a way to protect those that need to be protected so that our integrity and what we are doing will still keep going on. But Ngozi Orabeze is a seller. Biafrans, if you don't know who she is till now, I think it's high time people start asking questions. I am Aziogi Chukwunikire. I have sworn oath within myself that I will protect the finance and account of Biafra until Biafra is fully ready, restored, and Biafra regain her sovereignty. I will never let anything happen to it. I will never let what Ngozi Orabeze try to do happen. Please, I beg every genuine Biafran, before I join the struggle, I'm already made man, I'm self-employed, I'm blessed, I don't need Biafra money, I don't fear anything. Actually, I contribute and I donate. All the Biafra never pay me 1 AJ, and I never took or take 1 AJ of Biafra money. And I have been using my money, contributing, participating financially to make sure that everything is going. And that very day that I was driving that almost 4 hours with the traffic, I get back home around 3-4 a.m. in the morning. All this is sacrifice and work that I've been doing for Biafra, and I love what I'm doing, of which I spent total of 8 hours driving, not the hours at the meeting. So Biafran people, please, I plead with everyone, don't be misled. Truth will be coming out every day by day as we progress. And our Prime Minister will soon be out, and when he's out, I'm actually going to plead with him. There's a lot of things we need to clear to let Biafra really understand what is going on, and for Biafrans to still have the trust that they have on us. Because Ngozi and they have misled a lot. Please, and Biafra is the spirit, and the land of Biafra must also be protected. And everything that makes we Biafra who we are, we believe we awaken us, will protect us, will guide us, just like our mother, I don't know who it is. Please, every genuine Biafran, wake up, have a rethink, ask yourself question. If we have been having problem, issue with our account a year ago, 2 years ago, do you think the Prime Minister of Biafra, Mazi Ekpa, would not have either sacked me, suspend Mazi Ogechuku, or let the Biafra people know what's going on. That never happened. I know who I call my boss. I have a reason why I call him my boss, and we never disagree. Thank you, our mother. I don't know. We really appreciate you. I know you've been on this interview. I will call it a hot seat for over 3 hours. Please, Sonny, whatever. Just see how much question you can take and give her a break so she can go get some rest. We appreciate you, man. God bless you. Ndewo.
Ndewo. Thank you so much. Mama, no. From the call we received from a caller on the line, please hold on. From the call we received from APM now, APM opened another basket. He said Ngozi started creating this new government immediately after PM was detained. She set up group and then she called it interim government. So this is where all these things was leading to. So there has been a plan of this new group of government that she registered yesterday. So it did not start today. If immediately after PM was detained, and then she already launched a group, put some people and then call it interim government. Hey, that means we had our eyes on the ball and it was very, very far without some people seeing it. Thank you, APM, for the message. A caller on the line, 971, over to you. We hear you.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
There were.
Yeah, thank you so much for this program. I'm calling from Asia, United Arab Emirates. First of all, I want to commend our grandma, Mama Onuwu. Thank you so much for this very program. Mama, I have some questions for you. And my questions goes like this. We declare Biafrans. Biafra declared Biafrans in Lekki, Finland on 29th of November 2024.
Take your question again. Start again.
I said, my question is this. We declare Biafra on 29th of November 2024. And I strongly believe, and you said here, that the power of surrogate was given to TOS, Madam Dr. Ngozi Orabreze. And now, I'm hearing from Mr. Aparawa saying that Biafra should fall back to Prigi. My question is this. Are we going forward or are we going backward?
Thank you. Thank you. We don't have much time. There are many people. Yeah, so hold on. One question at a time. Are we going forward or are we going backward? And you said you just from Akbarawa. That means you're not even following Mr. Prime Minister. You're not following, because if you follow, you will not quote Akbarawa. The attorney of Prime Minister brought this message in December. She brought it again in February. Then this same message came to Ngozi Orabreze again. And then this same message also came through Attorney Levy again to Ngozi Orabreze. This same message again has come to many of the ministers. Dr. Former, that Mama Onuwu called name here, was one of them. Sorry, and then, calm down now. Calm down. I'm asking to our grandma. I'm not asking to you. I told you, I decide the question that Mama Onuwu will answer. I'm the sheriff on this street. That is what I said. So you don't decide who should take the question on. I'm the one to decide, because I'm the one anchoring the program. Okay? Ada Onuwu, Ada Onuwu is here on this studio to speak. You're not the one to command her around. Okay? Now, Ada Rama has also delivered this same message from Prime Minister. So that one is not enough for you. You want Mama Onuwu to come and tell you whether you're going forward or going backward.
Which message Ada Rama delivered?
Ada Rama still delivered the same message that PM said everybody should fall back to BRGIE.
No, we didn't believe in that message.
Don't believe in anything now. You're not a Biafran. If you're a Biafran, you would believe in Prime Minister. If you're a Biafran, you will believe in Prime Minister. How come you believe in how come you believe? Why did you cut your call? Why did you cut your call?
I wasn't the one that cut the call, Sonny.
Okay. Why did you believe in the message that Ngozi brought from the same attorney about the surrogate that you're talking about? Then when the same attorney now bring another message that PM said everybody should fall back, you don't believe in it. Why did you believe in the surrogate message? Then you don't believe in this other message.
We didn't see any message that we did. The Biafrans never received any message from the attorney that said go back to the Brindley.
You did not receive any message?
Yes.
Go and ask Ngozi. Ngozi will give you the message.
He's not.
She has the message. She will give you. Ask her. She will give you. If you did not see it, I'm going to send you the message. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is not time for argument. I'm going to send you the message through this your number. So I will send you the link of that message from the attorney. I will send you the message. So let's attend to another person.
Hello?
Yes, they were watching again.
Good evening, sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to thank Madam Onuwu. We really appreciate you, ma. You know, they say that the most strongest people in life are those who can summon courage, swallow their pride, and rewrite the wrong they made. And you have done a noble thing this evening. And our respect for you will never die down. You know, there are people who try to leave an indelible footprint in the sand of history. And I must say that you have been among those ones. I encourage you to continue this way and make Biafrans proud. Because one thing I keep saying is that though the forefront of this struggle, the life of Biafrans are in their hand. So their actions can either kill many Biafrans or save them. So everybody in the forefront of this struggle really need to be careful, because you cannot imagine how many people that have a high blood pressure because of all those things that is going on all this while. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much. I think now you have done a noble thing. We really appreciate you. And Sonny, please, one thing I want to let you know is that whenever you are making reference about those that singing the music of accountability, please always remind them or referring to them what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is how they have been sounding. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where is money for transmitter we contributed? Where is money for transmitter we contributed? They pressure Nnamdi Kanu until he divulged where the transmitter is. Today, the transmitter is in the hand of BSS. Okay, I say that is the work of God that make it possible that accountability was not done, because it seems that this woman, Ngozi Orebeze, knew exactly what is about to happen to Prime Minister. So she wanted to get every information she needed so as to kill Biafra completely. Because had it been that the Biafra defense architecture, she have information about it, I'm telling you, by now, we will not be talking about Biafra. With what is happening now, you know, I really give God glory that things went on this way. Thank you very much, Sonny. God bless you for your good work. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Wanchineke. And thank you to our mama here who has come to talk to us today. It's a very good one that she is here today. All right, we take the next caller, which we have missed your calls. Next caller from Germany. Please, the person that called before that said he did not get message from Prime Minister's attorney. Stop calling because I'm not going to pick your call again. You have to. Yes. Hold on, Wachineke. Hold on, Wachineke. Wachineke, hold on. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hold on. Let me send a message to this calling with 971. You said you not hear or believe in the message from the Prime Minister's attorney, but you believe in the surrogate message. But the same person that brought the surrogate message is the same person that brings this other message from Prime Minister of everybody should fall back. So that means you are a biased fellow and you just want to continue to destroy what we are building. Okay? So go and ask your Madam Ngozi to give you the message from the attorney of PM. She communicates with this same attorney every now and then she comes out to the media to tell you people that this attorney is a criminal, is a miscreant. She will come and address her as a ex-wife of Prime Minister. But when she is talking with her on phone, she is pleading to hear from Prime Minister. But coming to the media, she will come and condemn the woman. Mama, no, I don't know if you have seen the video where she was using derogatory words on this attorney. Maybe I will play it later on for people to hear something. Yes, Mwachineke, go ahead with you on the line.
I want to correct Mono and make name Chugozi na Avania and because I think he's in Mother Pota. Yeah, correct. Yeah, Ekpa one Biafrans from today. So I make Legi so much. Nick Lebano, our Prime Minister. But don't want him to impression to correct before maybe do.
Please use English so that everybody can understand you.
Okay, there's an impression I want to correct. A prime minister or a president don't have any power to appoint a president or a prime minister. Our PM was elected, not appointed. So that's where we made the mistake. Mamono na PM na Ngozi Orobeze with sorry, I'm speaking Igbo so much. That Ngozi Orobeze brought a note from the attorney that she is a surrogate of our prime minister. Does not give her any authority to be acting as a prime minister, Mama. We are educated. I'm living in Germany. I'm not. I went schooled in Futo. So I've been in this struggle before Ngozi Orobeze. 1998, I was the one that carried banner that leaded Biafran students against Obasanjo. So I know what I'm telling you. Prime Minister was elected, not appointed. And he has no authority and can never appoint. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa knows that one. So Ngozi Orobeze is a criminal. I'm sorry to use this word. Number one, I listened when the attorney from the Prime Minister that day was saying that this is not the message she gave from Ngozi Orobeze. That she begged her to deliver the message she gave her. She shortened the message before bringing it out. She brought where it suits her. Even the voice of the attorney. The attorney said the voice is not complete. That she says she recorded her that she should complete the voice. So what I'm trying to say is that there is no way COS will be a prime minister or a president. Okay. That is chief of staff.
Okay. Okay. Let me come in here. Hello. When this happened, listen. When this happened, nobody knew how long it's going to be. He made him the surrogate to do his day-to-day for him to come out. We didn't know it's going to take this long. He thought.
Mama, no, you have explained the point already. Don't go too far again. Mazi on the line. Mazi on the line. If you listen, hold on. If you listen to Mama have just said something. That it was to do what? Calm down now. Don't rush the talk, I beg. Calm down. There are many people on the line. Mama has just explained something and said this was to do what? To attend to day-to-day activities of his office. Did you get that point? So, as a secretary, as a personal assistant, as a chief of staff to the person, not to come and overturn the government. So Mama have just explained many things in just a sentence now. So don't stress it again. That one is clear. So make your point and then you give the mic to another person, please.
Let me round up. Please, our information minister. A lot of people are coming here to cause nuisance. For example, there's a guy said that he called you from United Arab Emirates. I don't know where he was.
Are you worried about that miscreant?
So,
are you worried about it?
They are the people who does not know what is going on.
I say, are you worried about that miscreant? Don't be worried about it. I know how to take care of them. I know how to take care of them.
The ones that are passing on wrong information. For example, BRIC is the government that will give birth to USB. USB has no authority to stand for now. Nobody knows us. Nobody, even in the same mind. What we did was to declare Amazonia has been declared since when did they declare Amazonia? 1991, they declared Amazonia. It's not today. They redeclared it again by Joe Ayaba. Still, they are still in exile. There is a government that is handling the whole situation, which is BRIC. So I don't know where our people, it's just like we go to first level, who did not go to school. Who did not even finish secondary school.
Okay, thank you, Mwachineke. There's another caller on the line.
People are just confusing everybody.
Thank you. We have many callers on the line. Don't take the time too much because I don't want to keep my mama here too long. Let's listen to another caller from Biafra Lizen, Canada. Biafra Lizen, Canada. Welcome to the show. Over to you. You can speak. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Am I coming clear?
Very clear.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Honorable Sani, the Information Minister of Biafra Government Republic in exile. I appreciate Mama Onuwu, as Sani called her, Adolowu, as we call her. Thank you, Mama. I also appreciate the presence of our APM. I know he's somewhere listening. And every other cabinet members watching in this platform today. I want to say it today that to God be the glory and honor and praise. I know that our mother, Adolowu, has resurrected thousands of Biafra who are dying. Our speech today is a resolutional speech. A speech that is laced with truth and garnished with honesty. We must appreciate this. I know very well that many times, like she said it, she said there are things you are doing, you think you are using your wisdom, but the knowledge is not there. And that's why she quoted also, I will quote her, when you are asking God for wisdom, also ask for knowledge. Knowledge represents the interpretation of your wisdom. You might have wisdom. If you don't have the knowledge, that wisdom will not work for you. After 3 months, okay, just 2 months of struggle with her spirit, she came to the full shelter that she has gone to a wrong track. And she retreated. And not did she retreat and go home dejected, crying, and saying, why did I do this? As a lioness she is, she bundled herself up again and said, I have to make this public and encourage others like me who have also gone in a wrong track to come out. I know that if what we planned happened the way it went, and our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, was there, by this March, maybe 1 or 2 people may have gone home. We were all planning by this later December 2025. Many of us will go home, at least to spend time in our villages and see how things are going. But after what happened, we were all dejected. We were all, everybody, some people went on like very sick. Some people have not recovered. Many of them had hypertension because of what Ngozi did. I thank God today that our mother has come out openly, irrespective of whatever anybody can talk about her. She has no shame because she is doing the right thing. She cannot be blamed because she has done the right thing. And it is up to other people in that Ngozi camp to come out and listen to their self, to their spirit. And that's what she said again. I have to quote her. They have to listen to their spirit and ask themselves, are we in this struggle for one man or one woman? Or we are in this struggle for our future and the future generation of our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren? I'm appealing to everybody who is in Ngozi camp. Don't take this for levity. What Onuwu did today is the right thing, and everybody that, believe that you are fighting for Biafra and you are with Obato Obie, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you must make a U-turn. And I want today not to go free. Watching this program today has given me joy. I am so happy. And I'm going to ask Biafrans right now, if you don't know what to say, make a call and put something to support what our mother just did today. Support Onuwu for her time, for the energy, for the honesty, for the integrity she has put in. Let us make our men on the ground today to Onuwu, I'm going to recognize you and thank you with 100 Ejema. Thank you and God bless you for coming. Thank you. And I want to use opportunity here to also thank Adajo Arama. And I want you also to stand on the truth. You have been truthful. Adajo Arama, don't go back. Please stay on your right lane. You are doing great. Today can be a day of people messing you up. But tomorrow will be a tomorrow of your joy. And your name will be written in the gold in Biafra land. Thank you, Onuwu. Thank you, Adajo Arama. God bless you all.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. All right. We thank you for that bold step of starting the donation, and we want every other person calling in to go in the same vein. Thank you so much. All right, we take the next caller. Caller on the phone. You're welcome. Yeah. Over to you.
Hello, Mama. Mama Onuwu. Good evening.
There, we'll go ahead. She can hear you. Go ahead.
It's Bishop Dr. Comfort.
Oh,
I
wow.
appreciate you a lot. I
Our
appreciate
honorable
your courage.
minister. They were our honorable minister.
I've tried
Welcome.
to contact you. But God, I know at the right time of God, Ogechi, I greet every cabinet, every bridge member, and
Go ahead, man. We can hear you.
okay. Thank you so much for the saying on the truth. The truth. The Bible. Can you finish here with your voice?
Was contracted to go and stop them. Caterpillar went to Awufu. This Caterpillar on the market, Caterpillar is a evil. Caterpillar, if not for Caterpillar,
hey,
the healing.
Hey, hey.
This is what so many people don't know.
Hey.
And this and that Orama don't even know. All she knows is that somebody told her that Caterpillar is now back. And she carry it.
Let me tell you something. We go 247. Before Caterpillar joined, the first time I call Caterpillar, on a message Caterpillar leave, which I have the message. I'm gonna make play here. I still have that message. The first to telephone communication, Caterpillar have with you no one. Kita kama Amado Musef and then men kwacha safe no defense minister. According to one defense. I have the message. Caterpillar leave. From Banka no mana. Caterpillar is coming back. I just keep quiet and watching. The first contact unna Caterpillar ngwele. Winye Caterpillar ego. Koje go ngwogo. Kwari ne ngwele men. For how long? For how many days? No one know what take yo. Caterpillar no but nowhere to find Caterpillar again. And I Caterpillar na phone go deliver. Nobody sick. We got 247. But what's up? We got 247. And that's a good mechi kwano. Oh, when we anything in my. In an even now, Waggy. Only Papa Takara good they make a mistake. I'm a man. Why is that you can't use it in there? Ada pipe low. Ada, cool down. Ada, we're breaking them. No matter the pain, swallow many things. Ada, please. Ada ndibo. Ada ndemba nandekede. No matter the pain, please calm down. Calm down, Ada. Calm down. For to be calm down. Nem calm down. Kinda negent.
Oh, Caterpillar. She don't even know what Caterpillar came to do.
You see?
Caterpillar is not coming to take anybody's position. Government of Nigeria contracted so many people to come and fight against Biafra. Does that make them Nigeria army?
No. You see? You see? Somebody Caterpillar bulu mazi by wo mazi. Western Security Network ebu. Put on a social media now black. On one if this guy in the rock. Eben on mazi out. Who go 247 no. Bakwozo. Ugo wande masingi bakwozo. Ugo wande masingi bakwo. Ezi wande mo. Asikwange bakwozo. Ugo wande mu bakwozo. Ezi wande mezukwe ike o. Ezi wande munjeje mba ugo chukwe. Aselengigi bakwo. Ugo 247. Ugo. I support Panalo. Umuazi and Caterpillar bulu kedifi agwafa. Now support the government. Umuazi Eastern Security Network, this man bulu.
Ugo 247 no nwere nke egburu nke ikpeazụ egburu Galavila ha gburu nala ego enyere ya jee zụta ife Ugo 247 Caterpillar wee gbuo this guy ya na ife ọnwụ biko pụta na social media na-eti boya ọbata obi Ugo 247 dibia gbawala na ị nwere ike ịpụta wee mepee ọnụ somebody ọbata obi emele spell in life kwafulu ọbara ụmụnne gị gburu ndị sọpọtụrụ ụmụazị wepụtara onwe fa to defend their land kezi I can go to 247
Government of Nigeria contracted Asari Tokobo boys to come and fight in the kidnap and they harvest innocent citizens in Biafra. Does that make them the Nigeria army?
You see the one of the people got 247 neku. So na Caterpillar buo nke fọrọ na egbuo onye make Caterpillar to Biafran Liberation Army. So hey I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. So Ugo 247 yeah, we even amazing about Caterpillar kaba use onya fa use cha fa dump onya onu chazi ogu no ya mufu or dump onya say get out because of the ibulu ndị mmadụ yeah wuzi Caterpillar need money. He need money. And that money, we've all after to scam and go. And if you meet these people, Caterpillar is an ebubago man. Ebubago. No, each of Caterpillar, we wouldn't know you join. Now this Indian operation Udoga Chia because I'm black on. Caterpillar is an Anambla on a atrocity, abomination. Young Anambla, call Calamie. Oh, now go 247. Push you too much. I will bring out voice. Ndi no lo go. Mambeba no ni membeba kana agba no ya walk. Ugo 247 no amakomonye popotarake. Mana let me tell you something. That government in HNA like it na very good though for you to come out here and talk on you are not doing the government good. Amakwa na ogwu a nwere ike ịtụ gị echekwa na iwe ndabi iriri ndawi ebelebe gbuo udo akpụ enyi o bata bie mmiri agbebi naanị na nuwe bata bie alu emembo ina nonu me bata bie ibe ma ye na nu kwano bata bie afofitara mano na bata.
Thank you so much, Secretary Unkocha. I also want to use this opportunity to let Biafrans know that we have two certificates for defense. One that is controlling the whole Biafra, and we also have one in Homeland. Commander Butuzo, he is the Secretary managing the Biafra defense in Homeland. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Secretary Unkocha. I also want to use this opportunity to let Biafrans know that we have two certificates for defense. One that is controlling the whole Biafra, and
Olutato Bokwago name with the 40 state of Biafra and everybody can walk. Yahweh Bubago you now walk in 40 state of Biafra. Ndubuku I na condemn una Nigeria. Ne mele crew to ndi buku halam. So no the pente the buku halam tinyebe na army. Ebetatawa ani Igbo na agbobusia. Now Ebubago awuluku na the pente the Ebubago ebotibe na defense ndi Igbo. Ekenekwe mu PM mele spell or even DPM unukunu. So I go see ebe PM mele spell. Olutato Bokwago name with the 40 state of Biafra and everybody can walk. Yahweh Bubago you now walk in 40 state of Biafra.
ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 14 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị na ebube agụ awụrụkwu onye na-epentend ebube agụ ebotibe na difensi ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ya ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwa gị na enwere 40 state of Biafra na everybody can walk ya wee ebube agụ je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị puku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram si na ọdịpented Boko Haram tinyebe na amị ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi ahị now ebubago awurukwu na dependent ebubago ebotibe na defense ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwago na enwere 40 state of Biafra and everybody can walk ya wee ebubago je na walk n'ime 40 state of Biafra ndị buku anyị na-akọndem na Nigeria na-eme recruit ndị Boko Haram so na dependent Boko Haram tinyebe na army ebedataba anyị Igbo na-agbagbusi anyị now ebubago awurukwu na dependent ebubago ebotibe na defense ndị Igbo ekenekwe m ebe PM mere spell ebe DPM unu kwuru so anyị gosi ebe PM mere spell olutata ọgbakwago na enwere 40 state of Biafra